All right, sell or be broke. That's a very interesting topic. By the way, my conversation is not going to be strict to real estate. So it's going to be sales at the core. It's going to be sales generally, right? And one thing I've realized is that there are two sides of the divide when it comes to sales, right? There's the desperate side, and then there's the desired side. The desperate side are those who want to make money at any cost. How many of us have seen Wolf of the Wall Street? Anybody here? Wow, just one person. How many of us are realtors? How many of us are intending realtors? Okay, how many of us sell something? Okay. Nowadays, I struggle to recommend sales movies because you would start the movie to learn sales, but you will learn a lot of other things too. Like drugs, like carrying women, and all those things. It seems like it goes hand in hand. But if you've seen Wolf of the Wall Street, you realize that, or there are movies, so let me just mention certain movies that you can just check out yourself. But viewers' discretion is advised. Wolf of the Wall Street, Glengarry Glen Ross, The Wall Street. There are two movies. There's The Wall Street. There is Boiler Room. Yeah, you can check out Boiler Room also. One thing you would see constant in all those movies, by the way, most of them are based on true life stories. Wolf of the Wall Street is a movie based on Jordan Belfort, right? One thing you see common and constant in all those movies is there's an, how do I put it now? An unguarded appetite for money. So they were selling stocks that were never going to be profitable, but they will sell it to you like you're going to become a billionaire next week, right? So, but then they didn't care. As long as they were going to make their commission, they will sell to you. And they were actually good sales guys. You can also check out certain mafia movies. You can check out this documentary of Pablo Escobar. It's on Netflix, right? And you will see that these guys, they are desperate. So that's the desperate side of the divide. Now, there's the desired side of the divide. That's like majority of those of you here. You know, you have good intentions. You just want to sell lands. You just want to help people build wealth. And one thing I've noticed is that the desired side, most of the time, most of them struggle. Most of the time. In fact, there's something called the cost of expertise. It means that you can know so much on a particular topic, you cannot build wealth from that topic. That's why many professionals are broke. And, you know, there's something I used to say, it's up for debate, that it seems to me like there's a way you can be too ethical to be wealthy. I once asked my mentor, I told him, I said, how do you build wealth without crossing the line? I know what he replied me with. He said, who drew the line? So, and I'm going to balance it. First thing first is that there seems to be is what they call the matrix. There seems to be a box or a system that has been designed to ensure that not many people actually break into wealth. For example, we recently wanted to get a special economic zone license for our project in Ibadan. And we could not. Not because the thing was hard to get, but because there's a system in place that if you cannot spend, so you know, there's something they call PR now. PR simply means bribery. But they call it PR. Right? And that's just one. We also recently wanted to get our, what's it called, SEC license. And, this is on camera. Let me just skip that. So let me use the SEC license because I don't want to be picked up. So these are some of the things I'm trying to say. That it looks as if there's a system in place that there's something called barrier of market entry. So the people that are already cabals in the industry have set that barrier to market entry such that up and coming guys just cannot break into that system. So if you would break into it, you have to now do beyond what the average person is going to do. Right, like I said, I'm not just going to be teaching sales when it comes to real estate because what I would be teaching this morning, copy and paste it in anything you do, you would actually do well. So there's a desperate side, there's a desired side. Desperate side always win because they don't care. What they care about is that your money is better in their pockets. Simple. So whatever they need to tell you to get your money, they will tell you. But you see, many of us here, we have good intentions. We don't want to hurt anybody. We don't want anybody to feel bad. You know, you don't want to stress anybody. You are just nice. You know, you are godly. And I'm not saying you should not be godly, but it looks as if that is why some of us just will not touch this money. I was talking to someone recently, and he was complaining that he's in debt, you know, this and this and this. And he was scared. So I told him, I said, come down to my place. So first day, I didn't talk about the money. Just eat, sleep. Second day, I didn't talk about the money. Just eat. So he was confused. Sir, please, can we talk about what really brought me? I said, do you know the biggest debtor in Nigeria? He said, who? I said, Dangote. I said, how much do you owe? He said, the amount. I said, go and sleep. I told him, I said, number one, and I used to say this jokingly. Ideally, you should invest only what you can afford to lose. So if you invest with me and I would not pay you back, both of us are at fault. Am I making sense? So I'm trying to kill certain barriers in our mind so that when we step out of here, we can actually sell very well. Just follow me. So it looks as if most of us on the desired side, we are too cautious. We don't want to step on anybody's toes. We don't want to overdo something. My mentor would say that one thing you find with every poor person is that they never go all in. They just want to go in small. They just want to step out. They want to do it very cautiously. Right? And this is the first thing I'm going to say. If you want to do well on the desired side, first thing first, you must be obsessed with the product. You know one thing I noticed from all the movies I first said earlier? All the people that they were recruited to come and start selling, they didn't know anything about stocks. The owner of the company taught them what he wants them to know about stocks. And since that is all they knew about stocks, that is all they communicated. I used to crack joke with Dr. Bright. I'll tell him that the only reason why you sold more real estate than me is because I'm actually a certified and licensed investment person. You are not. So when I see a property, I can tell that this thing is overpriced. But when he sees a property, he just adds his margin and he just retail the property. Right? Now, you still make profit. But my own investment knowledge, right, as a security analyst, I'm already dissecting, okay, what will be the present value of this property? You know, what will be if I'm doing some market analysis of it, I'm already wasting time. Right? So one thing I would say, the first thing I'm trying to say is that you have to be obsessed with the product. Now, obsessed with the product in the sense that obsessed with what it can do for the client. There's this movie, Night School, and I'm using movies so that I'm trying to use something that is very simple for us to actually get. Kevin Hart he sells kitchen items, right? And it was so good that the owner of the store told him that when he dies, he's not going to give the store to his children, he's going to give it to his staff, to Kevin Hart. And why? He didn't have, and okay, let me say this first. He knows so much about kitchen items, and he would not want anybody to walk into the store and walk out without buying anything. So he will do whatever it takes for you to buy. Is it to dance? Is it to sing? Is it to hail you? Is it to make you laugh? Even if it's going to be dry jokes, his own is just that you are not living here unless you buy something. How many of us follow up with clients and sometimes you feel like you are disturbing them? It's because you don't need their money. At least let them block you first. That's when you know you are disturbing them. Until they block you, you are not done. Right? When we see sales as such, I was with a company recently, and I was training them, and I told them, I said, some of you are still patient. I would like to ask some figure question now, but how many of us have done 100 million this year? Nobody. Don't feel bad. But how many of us can still wait for the next 10 years before you do your 100 million? You don't really mind. It's not really, you will not die now. Will you die? Or you won't die. Nothing will happen, right? No, is it true? Okay. Oh, okay, what will happen? You know, I wanted to I wanted to get one car recently. I had priced it, I think 2024, and they gave me a price. So I wanted to price it again now, and I was like, wow. I thought they said cars don't appreciate in value. But on a serious note, how many of us can still wait for, God's time is the best. I'm still in my 20s. Maybe when in my 40s, I can make my first 100 million. It's not bad. Is it bad? It's bad. So I told them, I said, some of us are still patient. We are meek and lowly in heart. Contentment, how the Bible say it? Godliness with contentment is great gain. I'm not, when God wants to do it, God will bless me by himself, right? This is how I think. I'm made in the image and likeness of God, right? Good. God is a creator, right? So I'm a creator too. What does that mean? I create my own reality. If God has inspired me to do it, it means go and get it done. For most of us, we still wait. Let me share you a story. And I'm trying to buttress a point. When I moved to Abuja, right, first time. I'm quite foolish. And the only a foolish person could have done the things I've done. So when I moved to Abuja, I had, I think, about 125,000 in my account. I booked flights, 110,000. Don't try this at home. I got to the airport. How much was left in my account? 15,000. Then I took a boat. I already called a hotel. Make reservation for me. Get me your executive room. They said it was, I think, 50,000 naira or 75,000 thereabouts. I think they had deluxe room or something. So I said, okay, reserve it for me. I'm on my way. I just landed now. How much was my account? 15,000. I ordered boats. Exactly 15,000 naira from the airport to where I was going. Nice. But do you know what happened? I got to the hotel, no money. But the way I spoke to the guy, he can never believe there's no money in my account. So I told him, you know what? Where's my room? He showed me, and I said, okay, you know what? Okay, write your account, put it there. All right, I will call someone out to transfer money to you. You can leave me, please. And I don't want disturbance for the next 1 hour. He said, all right, sir. He was there that I started to make calls and started to sell. I got the money to pay for the hotel. Don't try this at home. I'm trying to say that, see, this is my own formula for everything I've done in my life. And I learned it from Dr. Stephen Akintayo. He said one statement, and I just took it. Some of you, we say some things, and you think it's figuratively. Me, I take things literally. He said, success is like jumping out of a moving plane, skydiving. He said, jump out and find a way to land. So I took it. So when I say, for example, let me give you an example. Recently, all my team members now, they are currently on flight to Abuja. I'm moving all my guys to Abuja. The day I told them that you guys are going to be flying on the 12th of September, their accommodation was not sorted yet. Agents were still doing me. But I just gave them a date. And my mind, that day they will fly, whether they will sleep on, they will shall figure it out. Or that they are not going to sleep outside, don't worry. But I'm saying as that when I gave them the date, it was not figured out yet. I've never gotten any property with money in my account. Maybe Dr. Bright will tell you. Sometimes when you see us launch property, you think, that guy dropped some money. In fact, the first property I launched, I was still squatting with someone. So I didn't have rent, but I put 50 acres of property under contract. One of my favorite characters in the Bible is Daniel. You know why? He knows how to sell. He got to a place, they told him they were going to sell. He said, no. You know what? Give me this and this. In 7 days, come back and check me whether I'll be this. That's selling. The king told them to go and kill someone. He told them, you know what, hold on, just give me this and this and this. I will try to see if I can do it. You accept everything that people throw at you, that life throw at you. You don't know how to make deals. For example, can you stand up? Why did you stand up? Why? Who am I to ask you to stand up? Am I feeding you? Am I clothing you? So why can I command you like that? Sit down. That is how most of us respond to life. Hello, ma. I'm calling from Odesha Properties. I'm trying to say, don't call me again. Oh, sorry, ma. I'm sorry, ma. I need to. You reach out to someone, the person says, you are disturbing me. I'm sorry for disturbing you. Why are you apologizing? Until you are here in your mind and your client is here, you struggle with sales. You must always see yourself, even if that prospect is a billionaire, when it comes to the property I'm offering you, sir, you can't see what I'm seeing. When I say obsession with products, I'm saying be so confident in that product, in whatever it is that you are selling, that every other product looks fake. I learned this from Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Hope you know if you work in Coca-Cola, Pepsi is called poison. If you work in Pepsi, Coca-Cola is called poison. But you don't mind your clients going to buy from another person. After all, if that works for you, man, you can go ahead. Are we together? You make clothes or you sell. I'm trying to say whatever it is you do until it becomes the only thing anybody should wear. The only thing anybody should wear. We are not, selling is not, see, by the way, selling, when she said in this industry, is in every industry. It's in every industry. Nobody gets anything tangible done by nobody makes any tangible revenue by just accepting that, maybe I will not, maybe it will go, maybe it will not go. It's in your hands. We still have, okay, let me give you a practical example. I did a program recently, 30 days additional intelligence. Is there anybody here that is on that platform? Okay, they're there. And I told them, I said, the target I'm setting for everybody is 10 million naira, right? In the next 30 days. Did somebody do it or not? The person that did it, that's her second month in real estate. She closed a 10 million naira deal. But why did she do it? She was one of the people that I insulted the most on that platform because she's quite a little bit close to me. So when she does some things, when I see her, I can insult her. For some of us, one of the movies I love so much is Suits. And you know why I love Suits? Even though you are my boss, if I don't like what you are doing, I'll tell you. I understand that we have a culture of honor here, but that's also why many of us are wimps. Your boss is doing some maltreating you, and you just can't stand up for yourself, but you are crying to God in prayer. I don't get sometimes. And it's because we live our lives, we live with a kind of victim mindset. Copy and paste it in sales too. You just cannot stand up. You just cannot insist on this thing. Obsession. Even when we say, there's something I tell people, I say, show up. This used to be the second thing I would say, show up like crazy. Because sales is a numbers game. The only reason why I'm selling more real estate than probably you is because I already have, for example, I have over 300,000 followers. Do you see why? It's a numbers game. The more people sees me, even if what I'm saying is nonsense, at least if 1 million people are seeing me in a month, one person will buy. Even if what I'm selling is foolish, one person which will like the foolishness. There's someone in this country that all he knows how to do is speak bad English, and is richer than many of us in this room. And the guy is so influential that he's a topic of debate in your house. And even your family members are not discussing you. And you think that guy cannot mentor you. But do you know why? He shows up more than you. They were interviewing Shode. They were interviewing Shode recently, and he said when he was promoting caution, he was making 60 videos a day. So why will he not be successful? Sometimes you need to tell yourself that I deserve where I am. Oh, I deserve to be broke. No, I deserve it. Now I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Because that's sales. When I joined the real estate firm, first time, I had ITEL P37. You can go and check out the phone. If I still have the phone, I keep it as a memorial. ITEL P37. Before I can make videos with that phone, I will have to find a window and open and put the phone directly on the window so that lights can flood my face. But that same phone made me my first sale. Because guess what? I was recording one video per day and I was going live twice a day. 12 p.m. to 12:30 on Instagram, 12:30 to 1 p.m. on Facebook. Every single day, Monday to Sunday. If I ask someone now that has not made, let's say, 1 million naira in the last 30 days, that, okay, how often do you market? You will see why the person has not done what they are doing. So when we say sell or be broke, sell also is the momentum you add to it. Even if what you are saying is nonsense, there's a momentum you add to it. How many of us know Gege? You are pretending, Abi? You don't know him. How many of us think that what this guy is saying is dumb now? Okay, how many of us, let's see, how many of us know Cider Budge? You see? So many of us know him. She's the one that said that if a guy toasting in the morning, billing 500k in the afternoon. But guess what? Go and check. How many of us can pull up our phone? Check how many times she has posted in the last 24 hours. There was a day I called my media guys. I showed them. I said, this is a billionaire. This is Grant Cardone. How many times has he posted today? 6 times. This is another billionaire. How many times has he posted today? 5 times. This is another billionaire. How many times has he posted today? They said 3 times. I said, oh, how many times have you posted today? They said once. I said, do you see that now? It's simple. That's just it. Even if all you do is just pull out phone like this. By the way, many of us even have smartphones. But yet you won't put out anything. I don't know whether it's good enough. It's because you are still patient with poverty now. You can still spend 1 more year there and nobody will die. Nothing will happen. You won't even fall sick. Some of us we don't do health checkup. Not because, it's because you can't afford it, but it's because I don't fall sick. The theme is sell or be broke. If I come here and start speaking grammar, I'm wasting your time, right? Today now, how many promotions are you going to do for your business? For that new real estate thing you are doing? And I'm not saying posting flyers. I'm saying your own personal promotion. Videos. By the way, we now live in a video world. If you go on App Store and check Instagram, you see videos, friends, and creators. It means it's videos. It's videos. Obsession with the product. Show up like crazy, knowing that it's a numbers game. That is why the mafian guys that's why they will be rich. Do you understand this thing? And you know why I like mafia? It's either you do business with me or I buy you. There's no in between. Will you buy my drugs? No. Simple. Will you be my partner to be on the same side? No, you don't want to be my partner. I kill you because you are my rival, and I cannot have a rival. I'm not saying you should go and kill other realtors. But I'm saying that when will you get tired of explaining why you don't have $1 million in your account? This economy, I was privileged to stay in Banana Island for some time. And there was a time that, I can't remember the year now, where I think that's when fuel scarcity came up a bit. I can't remember the year now. When everybody was lamenting, my neighbor bought a G-Wagon of 480 million naira. Otedola just bought 2 houses, just so his daughter can, just for venue, wedding venue. It's vanity, Abi. It's vanity. That does not mean you make heaven. Heaven is the goal. Someone said, it was, my mentor was saying that many of us are in chains. How many of us know that you are in chains? Sorry. Let me ask you a question. You will know whether you're in chains or you're not in chains now. Can you decide now that you're going to Dubai? You are in chains. So you're actually in prison. No, what's prison? You don't have freedom now. Can you decide now that, I was staying with someone, I can mention her name, you know her. But don't let, I was staying, is this Ibadan here? She woke up one morning. One of my secrets, one of the things that helped my heart, or that helped me to push further, is because of the things I consume. And when I live with someone that is ahead of me, I observe them. I studied them as if, I just noticed that she came early morning, and she looked at her son body, and she said, what's these rashes? And she looked up. I'm telling you as exactly as it happened. I'm not adding anything to it. She looked up and said, this weather. And she told her assistant, please, book a flight for all of them. We are going to the US today. I'm telling you, that day they left for Lagos. The same night they left for the US. Can you, even Ghana, you can't vex and go. No. You can't vex and go. I say you're not in prison. Even Lagos. You know, there was a time when I was in school that we used to compete that I know where this to take Sole. You don't know where this to take Sole. Do you know what Sole is? Sole is where you get cheap cars, but they can kidnap you. You know, is so Iloni to Ibadan should be 1,000 naira, but Sole will be like 300 naira. So you walk down away from garage, so all those cars, you now be waving Ibadan, sir. So we'll be competing. Poverty is so sweet with competition. We'll be competing that, I know where, do you know this place in Geralimi? No, I know this place in Sawmill. All because you cannot afford 1K for transport. Some of you now, you know where they sell the best thrift wears. You even argue, thrift wear is quality than most of your designers. Poverty has lectured you. You are a good student of poverty. Obedient student. Sell or what? Be broke. That's the topic. It's not me that chooses the topic, right? Let me start wrapping up. If you get angry now, if you decide now that, I used an example the other time. I said there's a guy in this Nigeria, all he has is that he knows how to speak bad English. You're not getting the analogy. Are you that empty? But the way he pushes that singular thing that he has is on. Recently just signed a deal with Kik. I think $500,000 or thereabouts. Or is it 500 million? 500 million. You will know it. Just signed a deal with Kik. And all he has, and you even complain, no? This generation, look at the people we are watching. Why are you watching him? Because he shows up every single day. Nobody is watching him because you are just starting your content creation journey, but you are posting once a day. Or you are even posting once a week. There's this guy, Tolibian. When he dropped Ramadan, the guy was creating like 30 videos a day. Oga, put on your chest and say that I deserve where I am. That's the truth. We don't even put in, we just say it. Miss, I go buy jet. If you go like this, I swear, car save if you no buy. Don't you know people in their 40s that don't own cars? It's not impossible now. You can still tell your child that, you now you can decide that, me, I don't want to be the one to leave the name of my family. So you now tell your child, you to leave the name of, do you understand what I'm trying to say? I have an analogy that, this will be controversial. That if you are a lady and you marry you marry and you refuse to change your name to your husband's name, it's because you have concluded that my husband's name can never be greater than my father's name. Simple. Why did I say that? If you know that this your name will stand for something in your lifetime, with this thing that you're doing, whether real estate, at least me now, you know Adesina. If you want to do real estate, do it. If you don't want to do, go and do something else. I used to tell my team, don't be another noise in the market. Do it and be so. Nobody can ignore you. One of the quotes by Steve that I liked, he said, you can disagree with them, you can vilify them, you can glorify them. One thing you can't do is to ignore them. I'm not really good with interpersonal relationship, right? But one thing I know is that when I carry something, people I want to meet also want to meet me. And I'm telling you, I've seen it happen over and over again. I gave an example recently. There was a course I wanted to do in 2021. The amount was 100,000 naira. I could not afford it. This year, I was brought to come and lecture that same program. I didn't go as a student. I went, so they didn't know why I was smiling. That this same course, I could not afford to be a student. But how did it start? During COVID. I just knew that there's something I need to know. That if I know this thing, something can change. And thankfully, we had this study in our house. Not my house, though, my uncle's house. So we had this study in our house. We were like 5 guys, no, about 4 guys, yeah, that were living in the house. I saw that the way all of us are going, we'll be broke. What did I do? I changed my room and everything to the study. I read till I fell sick. This is my own template. You don't have to follow it. And the way I read, I don't read to know. I read to practice. So when I read Gemovia, and now we sold this bank, and now we was walking around. When I started selling snacks packs, I started walking around also. Some of you should know Ibadan now. I wake up in the morning. I was squatting someone in Aerodrome because I started to do a lot of business. They thought I was into, my way was not shit, so my uncle sent me out of the house. So I started to call my friend in Aerodrome. I'll wake up in the morning, dress up, carry my bag, then I will trek from Aerodrome to Ojo. Right. When I'm coming back, I will now enter from Songo and go to Gates and then trek back home. And I was doing that every single day. Once I see your store, if you are there, I'll walk in, I'll sell digital marketing to you. If you are not there, I'll pick your number on your billboard, I'll go and cold call you at home. That's how I learned cold calling. I didn't learn it in books. My first client was Tonic Software Music Academy in Gates. I trekked from here to Gates to close the client, to even know the client. Then I trekked there every day in conversation to close the client. And how much was it closing? 50,000 a month. But guess what? I didn't stop. Someone sent me a message one day, said, I'm hungry. I don't have anything to eat. If it's 1,000 and I send it. I replied the person. I said, hold on. There's no market in your area you can go and carry load for people. There's no person you can fetch water for. There's no place you can do car wash. There's a car wash opposite Aerodrome. How many of you, if you know, there's a car wash. I've washed car there before as a graduate. And I graduated with 2-1. So it's not that way I don't know book. But and guess what? I resigned from IITA to go and do car wash. I was earning in dollars. Now me won't do business. So don't think I could not get a job. In fact, I had 2 offers. I have an offer in Coca-Cola. I had IITA. I choose IITA. So I was not a dullard. But I knew what I want. And even as I was not seeing that suffering. I've told the story before that I took my laptop. I was hungry. Took my laptop to Mokola. There's an Oraimo store facing Mokola Bridge like this. You see that today. I walked in, I said, sir, I'll give my laptop. You give me 2 headsets. I'll go and sell in traffic. I'll come back, you give me money. He said, no, your laptop is not worth 2 headsets. So now how broke I was. So he gave me 1 headset. I gave him. Went to Mokola traffic. Sold. Came back. Gave him. Got that now. Sold. Dinner. Set. Went back home. Some of you, no one knows you yet, but you are still shy. You are still thinking what people think, what people say. You are not yet ready. You are still patient. You can still wait for the next 2 years. You know? You can still afford to do wedding and be posting your account balance. Please, help me support any way you can support. I was telling my friends, I said, the only reason why people go to snap pictures in hotel when it's not an iconic or a conceptual picture is because they are poor and their house is not befitting of wedding pictures. If your house is finer than most hotels, you don't even need to go to a hotel. You just come to my house. There are a lot of scenery. So some things is poverty inspired, but we standardized it. It's because our house are not good enough. Why do you go to content studios and rent Airbnb? Shoot content. Why? But you can just decide today that this thing I want to start selling, I create 5 videos a day. I go live every single day. In 30 days, come back and tell me you are still at the same level. And if you need money to run ads, nobody knows you yet. So you can still do anything. Go and fetch order for people. Raise 200,000 naira for marketing. Use it to run ads. There was a semester in school when I learned, by the way, there's hardly any digital skill I don't know. I can build websites, I can do design, I can do video editing. How did I learn it? My allowance in school was 10,000 naira. Most times, in fact, there was an exam I did that all I drank throughout the 1 week of exam was Gary and sugar. And the guy that we did together is still alive. Not that I spend the money lavishly. I used to pay for a graphic design skill. I have ulcer, so I need to eat. Are you living fine with the ulcer? The ulcer, Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That might be insensitive. I'm sorry. But I'm saying that sometimes we are too emotional too about these things. Yourself in trouble. Sell. You know someone that you know this person has money. Was it Boiler Room? Yes. No, I think it was Wall Street. The guy called a particular person at a particular time for 67 days in a row. 8 a.m. today, 8 a.m. tomorrow, 8 a.m. Once you call twice, you're like, maybe they will say I'm disturbing them. Maybe they will say, you don't want it. That's just it. How many of us can still afford to end this year and still have to pray to God for rent? See, one of the things I'm grateful for, and it might be funny to you, is that when I was young, I had the opportunity to walk. So, omile sonimi, if you know the meaning. So there's no fruit I've not walked before. Mango, orange, all those things. If I just call me a learning a year, meaning I used to smile with it. And I noticed, so I learned it that if I don't walk 2 times a day, ewedu alasekpo lamaje. You know ewedu alasekpo? Ewedu that you cook, then you put atagungu and salt and maggi. So that's stew plus ewedu combined. And then sometimes, if you see fish, you are lucky. But if I walk 2 times a day, we'll make soup and ejainyo. And me, I like soup and ejainyo. So I have to find a way to make sure I walk 2 times or 3 times a day. So there are times when I get someone that wants to buy from me, and they are negotiating, and maybe their child is crying. I leave my stuff and start playing with the baby. And they will look at that and let me just buy from you. I fetched order for someone before because he was negotiating. I was working yam. So she wanted to buy 2 of the, I can't remember how much she priced. I said, so I know that she wanted to go and fetch water. I said, man, I snatched the bucket, went to fetch water for her, filled that drum. She did not have any chance but to buy it. Why? Because there's something I had in mind I wanted to do. You can still afford to end this year broke. That's what I'm saying. If you don't want to, you can decide today that even if I do not eat my goal by December, I will know that I'm very close. I say that your growth is as fast as you want it to be. And, people have theorized it. No, there is this, there is that. There's timing for Kiniko. Me, I still insist on it. Your growth is as what? Fast as you want it to be. You decide today that you put in this level of work to this kind of thing you are starting to do today. You'll be shocked at how fast result can come. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. So the summary of what I'm trying to talk about this morning is that get discontented. Get discontented. And it's because most of us are too scared of failing. We are too scared of being embarrassed. Let me tell you one story as I wrap up. I started doing investors dinner in 2022. So the first one was in Lagos Continental. So I didn't know that they used to buy water because I've never been there before. So I didn't know they used to buy water and all. So I just paid for the buffet. Salary for like 4 months to host one dinner. So when they finished, and the money that was on my pocket was just my transfer fare home. And it was not even enough to the water that we drank. So they said, where's the money for the water? I said, they sell water for you. I thought it was part of the buffet. They said, no. Thank God for one of my friends that followed me, that paid for that. Now, when so I did a couple of it, then I moved to Abuja. Me, if I say I want to do something, I get it done. So a client was supposed to pay that day. That was the money we were supposed to use to pay for the dinner. No problem. So I got one of the guys that was working with me then said, we have the money, but I know that if I tell him we don't have the money yet, he won't agree to force it. I said, we have the money in my account. He said, no problem. We got there, we did the dinner, closed like 2 clients there, but they didn't pay immediately. So I know my work is done. Then the client I was supposed to pay did not pay. Guess what? I was locked up in Transcorp Hilton. Many of you don't know Transcorp has sale. Okay, I'm telling you now. I'm from a sale returnee. How much was it? I think 205,000 naira or so. I was still there in the midnight. What was I doing? Selling, entering people's DMs. And one guy said, let me just do and share deposit of 250,000 naira. That's how I paid them, and we left at 3 a.m. But guess what? If I didn't take that risk, the 2 clients that paid the following week would not pay. So because of the shame of 3 hours that nobody is even going to see, if I didn't tell you, will you know? I would have lost 2 clients then. That's the thing now. We don't want to just get uncomfortable. And I don't blame us. Some of you still have an uncle you can call. You still have a daddy that, your parents can love you to poverty. Thankfully, I want you to I don't have if I perish, nobody's coming. I dropped out of secondary school because I could not pay school fees. And I will walk back to the same secondary school I walked to. Maybe that's why I'm shameless. Imagine, or your classmates know that it's because you don't have school fees that you dropped out. Then you now walk wara back. And I say, wara, and your classmates are buying from you. And you're still cruising after that teacher now. So some of us, all the shame, we don't care. I don't, how do you wear one clothes every day? I don't have clothes, buy for me. Abi now. We want to impress. You want to show that you are not poor, but you are poor. You are poor, but you want to. Why fake it when it can be real? It can be real. You can actually have the money. Set standards for yourself. There was a day I decided I was never going to enter public transport, interstate travel by road again. It was a decision. Did I have the money then? No. There was time I decided. Before I got into a relationship, then I used to tell myself, every time I see couples on bike, I would tell myself, God forbid. I would never do such a thing. Have standard. I've been saying it when I was broke, that I don't want to live in block of flat when I'm married. Detached, fully detached house. Only me, the compound. Those standards that propel us to do. So with that kind of standard, I know I cannot sleep. Let me tell you something. On the night of my introduction day, I was live on Instagram. In fact, while I was in the meeting where they were prostrating, I was talking to a client on my phone. She liked me because love is blind, Abby. They play. I'm telling you. The way my team, my guys, they know. They know I can go live anywhere. I can sell anywhere. I know they think I'm. Because I know what is pursuing me. We're setting up staff lodge, everything. I know how much it will cost me. You now think me I'll be doing something like you. My own shame, it will be open for the world to see. Your own shame, you can still cover it in your self-content. Sell or be broke. Sell or be broke. Sell or be broke. For 2 years, I didn't speak to any of my family members. 2 good, not one of them. They might be watching, I don't care. Not one. I have 4 siblings. Not one of them. Why? None of you can help me. Let me go and find myself. You too, now. Sometimes when they see my picture on banner, they won't stop and send it to me. If I did not leave, both of us would still be in the same place. Go and perish first. Go, throw yourself away. As you are right now, what is... I don't know me. See, if I had a different journey, I'll have something different to say. But this is the only thing I can say from my own journey. Abi? And many of you are like me. See, let me even quickly talk to those of us that you know that there's nobody to help you. But you are copying someone that has uncle. Yamaje. You are copying someone that has someone that can go to now is already in UK. You think it's 2 million to go to UK? My best friend from school till now, he's currently in Canada. At his school, we are not on the same level. Because this guy wears Rolex. Even though we are living in the same house, I know this boaty for me 10-0. I know. So when we are sleeping, me, I don't sleep. And Mr. Bright, do you know what I've noticed also? Even those people sometimes are more hardworking than even those of us from home background. I'm telling you. You see someone that does not have reasons to even put effort. They are putting more effort than you. You won't do videos. You won't write anything. If it is video you want to do it and know that they can't call you lazy in this thing. If it is cold calling, there was a time I used to go to LinkedIn. Try it and see how hard it is. Every day I had a target of getting 50 contacts from LinkedIn. So you go to LinkedIn, you click on learn contact info. Sometimes only their mail you will see. Sometimes you see their. So sometimes you have to send them an email if you know what is email on LinkedIn, or you wait for them to get connect. So some people hide their contact. Some people you can easily click on contact info and see their contacts. So most time you have to go through like 500 contacts to see 50 contacts that you call. Then I'll start calling them, and I must search for 50 contacts on LinkedIn and call 50 of them. I wish one of my guys is there. I had the jotter where I will put and I'll start ticking. I such that I've said it before. The owner of the company came one day and said, apart from me in this company, the most hardworking person is Adesina. 12 a.m. so I'm seeing the office. So when you see, and by the way, some of us, what you see today, you might think we are comfortable. Pressure. I used to think, there was a time I was looking for 200,000 self-contained in Ibadan here, behind someone that year. I thought once I get there, pressure. I have just one question for you. Are you tired of being patient? Or you can still do 5 more years? Me, I will do giveaway. Don't worry now. Let me be making the money. I can do give. 10 of you comment your account number, I'll send 10,000 to you. Me, I can do that. Me, I like to give to poor people. Right? Don't my comment section is open. Comment your account. You can even send me DM. I'll do giveaway. And I can employ people to office assistants, drivers, all those things. And I pay very well. So you don't even have to dream big. You don't have to really do much. You have job offer with me, Dr. Bright, and everybody. Abi would employ you. But you can still wait for 2 more years, 5 more years, 10 more years. When I was in school and I see graduates, there's a way they dress. I will look at them and say, why do you think? See, let me tell you something. Why I actually started wearing cap and kaftan. I used to look at my video, and I'll say, I want my child to be able to show his classmates my video, and they will see that he's a big man. So then I didn't have money, but I wanted to start looking like it. So I don't want to look like one small boy, big man. Standards. And once you say standards, you know that you have to pursue it. You have to pursue it. I was in Lagos recently. I was with 3 people in the house, in the same house with me. I'm the one paying their salaries. I was the last person to sleep. I was the first person to wake up. It will be funny. That I can't understand that. You're on my payroll, but I'm still working harder than you. So you see why they're on my payroll? That's why they're on my payroll. What have you written as you are here now? Or you just don't feel good from my session. Don't, in fact, feel terrible. What have you written now that from today I'm going to start doing? That even your friend will be like, Tiekpo. There was a time they had to lock the study because of me. They go and do so. Get a life. Life care. What is life when I'm broke? Is that life? That's prison. If your mom falls sick now, can you pay abuse? Or we have to hear on social media? They are raising funds. These are the questions I ask myself. If one police wants to treat your fuck up now, do you have someone you can call? These are the you are living in Nigeria, and you are comfortable being in Nigeria. That a policeman can decide to just kill you. Why? Because they just like your face. How many of us like money? Like money looks good on you. You know that money fits you. Not small money, like correct money. How many of you your child come to you and you give the child £250,000 as business grants? To start with. And if you finish it, just come back. Or you also be don't say, pastor, badra. And man, that's your business. My friend not oil. It's not his money. Just give me grants. Just give me. Don't complicate this journey. Just give me this thing. Am I saying in prayer is no? But I'm saying that sometimes we do some mechanical effort because there's no substance. There's no substance. No substance. And what I'm even fighting for is that you make it happen now. You can't be driving Ferrari when you are 90. It's when you are in your 30s that is sweet, that you can rev. No girl is going to look at you when you are wearing Rolex in your 80s. It's now that you enter and it's Okoma Shano. Get. And no girl will look at you. I tell you about joke when you jai learning now. So that's how Yoruba ask your Yoruba friends. I'm just being honest. Can you make it happen this year? We still have October, November, December. 90 days is enough. I'm telling you. In the last 90 days, I don't want to be saying some figures. I was with a friend. Okay, let me use a friend's example. April this year, he has done 600 million. He's not yet 30. Another thing we do is that when we see young people doing well, we think they have a special grace. Instead of you to ask, what is this person doing? Or study the work that the person is putting in. You see, God will have mercy on whom we have mercy. Or you start finding an excuse. You don't know who is bankrolling them. I'm saying as someone that has been there. So it's not that I'm trying to shame anybody. And if you think I'm shaming you, if that would help, yes, I'm shaming you. You cannot beat me. If you can beat me, I will run. Can you make a decision today? Especially if you are here and you are married. And this is serious. See, begging you. Let me talk to men. I'm a married man now. I'm not married though. But I've seen some things. And even though I'm not married, I know marital responsibilities I'm handling. I know I'm young, but please, start from you getting dissatisfied. There's the day I said, I'm not I'm not going to borrow money again. I will die. Let me go and... That was what led me to go and do car wash. If it's business loan, separate. But that's a being by me. No. And all the things I mentioned then, I've done it. I've fetched water for people, wash house for people, do cleaning for people. This photographer knows me. And he knows when I used to be broke. But you can just decide now and say to do 1, 2, 3 from now. You can make 5 videos before you leave here. Your house is not that fine. That's bad outside. Quickly run like 10 videos there. Sharp. You're editing it at home. Quickly go live. Sharp. I have microphone if you want to borrow. Quickly go live. Sharp. Quickly sell. Some might not buy today. They'll see the video tomorrow. They'll buy. That's how I think. Don't talk. That's why I told Mr. Bright, I said, you like meetings. I don't like talk. Let's move. Let's do something. Let's know that we are moving. Hello, what are we doing? What do you think? Don't distract me. Let's work. All this talking, we are strategizing. Okay, we are going to do this. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. I'm currently 26. And my goal for my 30th birthday for myself is 2 things. Number 1, I want to gift myself 1004 estate in Lagos. Do you know the estate? How many of us know the estate? So every time you pass, they just be saying that's Adesina's birthday gift, 30th birthday gift. I want to buy it for myself. If you don't know, Google it. Google 1004 estate, 104 estate in Lagos. I want to buy it for myself as birthday gift. Then secondly, I want to go and cut my cake in space. There's now space tourism now, Virgin. That's my... So, you see that I cannot be hustling like I was hustling. Faceboard, me, I gone. Your own 30th birthday or 50th birthday now, fellow society, you know? I be premier hotel. That's all. Some of you, your biggest vision is someone's throwback. That cannot be God that gave you that vision. I just want to be like Dangote or Gautishe, find new thing. Dream bigger. Dream bigger. I hope there's nobody here that just I just want to be comfortable. I've never seen any comfortable middle class. I've never seen. It's a lie. It's a lie from pit of hell. I've never seen any comfortable middle class person. Even if they can at least afford to pay their bills, you will see the strain. You will see the struggle. You will see the strain that, it's weighty. They will say, how much some school fees? That's still prison. I said it now. How many of us can vex now and go to Ghana? Even flights to Abuja. Are we going to do something about it? Are we going to stop making excuses? Are you going to forget that there's anybody coming to help you? See, it sounds unfair. Even me, I used to wonder sometimes that, but the only way you can turn it into something that you cannot have leverage is that first, if you know you don't have anybody, now you become somebody, then create the environment for your children so that they don't have to worry. Someone told me something. He said, many of us, give me an analogy. He said sometimes, if I give Mr. Bright, let's say 100 million now, and the money, the investments, did not yield well, he might not be a bad manager. He might actually need another 100 million naira to actually recoup everything back. He said, but because you don't have enough, when you give your child 250,000 naira and it's for you say, money no kuno, money. That one can be for testing. When you give him another one, it will yield. For the sake of your unborn children, at least do something. Something about it. If you are here and you want to do real estate, do it. Shut out every other thing. There's something with focus. You die there. I give it everything. Dead or alive, me. I just stay there. This thing, it works. I wrote an exam, my capital market and security analysis exam. I wrote it for 15 hours on a seat, on a spot. I studied mass communication first degree. So how did I learn investment management, financial statement analysis, all those things without a teacher? You want it, you pay the price to learn it. I'm a financial modeling and evaluation analyst. I'm a capital market and security analyst. I'm a financial planner and wealth management professional. What's the other one? Wealth management something. Guess what? As I speak to you right now, I'm currently doing an MBA and another BS in economics together. I wrote 15 exams 2 weeks ago. And I'm still running my company. In fact, the video that I'm currently cutting excerpts from, I recorded it the morning of my last paper. Sometimes, as I'm in the exam, I'm calling them, is the studio set? I'm coming back to record because I'm launching a product next month. And we need to have 100 videos there before it is launched. So as I was writing all those things, I was recording videos, going live sessions. You know why? My own goal is that if I fail, like I used to say, I am it baje. For you, if you fail, you know, God is faithful and is merciful. You're going to get something doing it today. I'm not saying tomorrow, I'm saying today. I want you to have sleepless nights tonight. How many of us have not, in the last 30 days, you've not made a millionaire? Okay, all of us have made a millionaire in the last 30 days. Okay, how many of us have made a millionaire in the last 30 days? One person. You know yourself, and you're also still sleeping. But what is sweet in that sleep that you're sleeping? You sleep poor, you wake up poor. You sleep agitated, you wake up anxious. You sleep. Even me that have made it, I'm still not sleeping well. I don't have a good night. I'm telling you the fact. I'm not joking. No. I don't have a good night. Dr. Bright, any good night? I said, God, try the rest. Too. I was still telling him. I'm saying that someone who knows how it feels. And I'm saying that even yourself, the only way you feel good about yourself is that you know price. I paid the price. I know people that were living together, rubbing bomb together on the same bed. There was a time one of them reached out to me and he was saying, please, sir, let me know when you'll be free. You know why? Knowledge has created a gap between us. I didn't set any boundary. He saw it and what to change? If you have friends that they met you last year, they met you this year, they go see. I'm saying there are some friends like that, don't get me wrong. But there are some that you see and be like, They will not even know when they bend. They will not know. It will be reflex. I'm traditional. Kilo share. Me, I believe in knowledge. And that's why I consume knowledge. I have a mantra. Let it be. That all I need is to open my mouth for 5 minutes. You know the quality of person I am that you want to do business with me. Why some people are praying for God, visa to this, visa to that. I have someone that is on my neck right now to bring me to the UK. I'm the one in his system. I have another person. In fact, he said my what's it called? The invitation is going to come from mayor's office. I'm not telling him, just give me time. How many of us have read a book in the last 30 days? Finished a book? How many of us have read 10 books this year? Just 2 people. Even books we won't read. How many of us knows Alex Omozi? How many of us watched that 7 hours video he did for his lunch finish? See, I've watched it 2 times. I was telling someone, he said, when Apostle was teaching, I was just seeing you in him. He said, I asked him a question. I said, he did a series, Kingdom Wealth. I said, how many times have you listened to that series? He said twice. I said, for me, it has been on repeat. Thank you so much, everybody.
All right, thank you so much. You may have your seats. All right, this is an amazing time. Okay, so like we know, this conference has to do with sell or be broke, which I really think comes for the Gen Zs or comes for the Nigerian youths currently, because you either sell or be broke, and everybody's just selling something. All right, so we have a couple of questions, and I'll ask the questions. whatever, if you have an answer, you want to say something about it, or you'd like to shed some light, that would be absolutely fine. All right. Okay, so great. All right, so let's face the also mindsets of Nigerian youths, right? And I'm going to read this question out exactly how it was coined, because for detail purposes. All right, so it says, in today's Nigeria, many young people are hustling just to survive, right? So how can real estate sales move a youth from just hustling to survive to actually building sustainable income and wealth?
All right. In all honesty, I think a lot of people would start with the hustle mindset. That's just the truth, right? Because not everybody will really. The truth is, many people would start just wanting to make money. But you would realize that hustling wouldn't really get you so far if you don't start to see it as something that you are building a future, right? You would make money. In fact, you will not be the first person to make money in real estate. There are people that have made money that are currently broke now. So that's what hustling does. You make money and then the money goes. Because in as much as you're not building something to continue to make you money without you, the money will finish. Right? You see agents that you can tell that this person has touched money before. Or you see an old person that is currently broke, that you know that this person has touched money in their prime. So money is not even you make the money. But how would you make sure this money lasts? That's where building something comes in. Right? So I think it needs to move from I want to make money to I want to build a business. Right? I used to say something that there's only one way to build wealth. Build businesses. Go on the top richest men or women not women. All the top 10 richest women made their money from divorce. But if you go to, that's a fact, you can Google it. But if you go to the men, all of them build business. There's a business attached to them. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, Elon Musk, Tesla, X, all of them, there's a business attached to them. So this real estate that you are doing now, yes, you've started. Yes, you've made money. But what next? What business are you now building? What problem have you now seen in it that you now want to now address to solve? I was watching a video of people cleaning Burj Khalifa's window. And I said, God did not make anybody to come and clean window. Nobody is made to come and be cleaner. As you are cleaning this window, there must be something you are seeing that you should be the one that can create a technology that could clean this window, apart from you. Right? Whatever it is, as you are doing real estate, there should be something about rental, something about purchases, something about legal processes, something about due diligence, that you should know that this thing can be simpler, can be faster, can be cheaper, that you should start now. That's where innovation comes in. And an external person cannot think like that for you. Once you start seeing like that, then you move from an hustler to actually building a brand, to building a business. Right? I literally got into real estate because my business failed. And I was looking for something else to do to make money. But when I got there, I realized that, you know what? I'm really passionate about investments. So how do I actually reintroduce in real estate as a proper investment too, not just come and buy and hold to make. So that's an transition from hustling to a business. You getting stuck in hustling is that you'll be rich, but you'll soon be broke. So know when to easily transition. There are many people that have made money in real estate, but not everybody is still rich. Not many people will be wealthy. Even, have you not seen broke landlords? They are broke like people that have to wait for your rent before they can eat. Do they know what property they own, but they are still broke? That means they didn't transition it into a business. And that is when you move from an hustler to actually building something sustainable. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, that's amazing. A round of applause. Okay, would you like to? Okay, sorry.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. It's so good to see us this beautiful afternoon under the weather. I hope we're not cold. So, okay, for me, I would answer the question from the angle of I was once an hustler, right? I want to think that when I started real estate, I'll be lying to you if I told you I had a passion for real estate. How many of you want to have a passion for something before you start that thing? You know, you have been talking to God and you're like, God is going to visit me in my dream and just tell me that this is the industry. I didn't get that. Me, I was very broke. And, you know, when Adesina was saying, you know, broke as level, right? You know the way he was saying, oh, Brian Shekani was selling Akube shoes and he was selling all of those things. For me, back then, I didn't know it was going to be a story. Back then, it was survival. If I didn't sell that shoe, I wouldn't eat. Are you getting my point? So that was survival for me. I had to do what I had to do to make money. And that goes to everyone here, actually. See, there are some of us, we are at the level we're just starting. Most times you have to do the things that you do not want to do. You have to get into businesses you do not really understand or you don't really like because you want to get started. Are you getting it? But as you begin to grow, you begin to understand that having a business or running a business is more than just making money. It's about building a name. It's about building a brand. You know, consistency begins to come in, and you begin to talk about hiring a team and all of that. A lot of us, we have been running businesses for 3, 4, 5 years as a one-man business. That's also, you're just looking for money to eat every single day. There's no growth plan. Are you getting it? So you can start as an hustler, but at some point, make sure that you're scaling. There's a trending industry right now, and I'm going to touch base on it because someone who happens to be in that industry just walked in. Content creation industry. There are two rich people that just walked in, making so much money from content creation. Content creation is a new industry. How many of you knew that back then you can just set your camera and you are dancing in front of it and you can make millions? You can buy GLE and buy all these things they are buying on the internet. But now they can do that. But guess what? There's going to be a difference from the one who just picks up his phone and just shoots a video and the one who has a team behind the videos he's shooting. Are you getting it? The one who has a team behind the video he's shooting will be able to make more money. Will be able to monetize his talents more than the one who's just doing it for the hobby. Like our spiritual father would say, it doesn't just take you to have a skill. It takes you to monetize the skill. Thank you.
I think I want to answer that a little bit different from the angles you came from, because I feel that the reason why a lot of young people are actually hustling is not because they don't have businesses at some point. A lot of times they also don't have the knowledge for it. I feel like people are starting businesses because that's the trend, and they believe that when they start a business they'll get out of poverty. Not understanding that whether like it or not, if you are truly going to make a change, you need to sit down with yourself, ask yourself, what exactly do I want from this business? What knowledge do I need to get in this business that will set me apart? Because the truth is, everybody's doing something right now. I think that if you ask everybody in this room, do you have a business? I feel like 80% actually say they have businesses. So it's not a problem of business anymore at this point in Nigeria. I think it's a problem of knowledge. People are getting into business and they don't understand. And so most times when their businesses are failing, it's not because, they actually want their business to fail. Because when they got into that business, they understand the laws of that business. I think a lot of times I always say that, don't expect a miracle to happen when you've not learned the principles of that path. So a lot of times you need miracles. If you can learn what you need to learn, if you can be radical enough to set yourself apart from other people in that industry, I believe that you thrive. And I'll give an example before I hand over the mic. A good friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, senior brother, he said he was going to start fashion, and he started. You might, what the person want to say, and then he went into that, and then he said last year that he noticed everybody was doing the same thing. But yes, he's a fashion designer, but he wanted to do something very crazy. And then he said he was going to start making outfits in 24 hours. Yeah. The truth is, if you want to make this outfit, I'm sure that you will spend like an average, your tailor might take maybe 1 week, all right, to do it. But he said 24 hours, and then he said to be crazier than that. He said this year I was going to do 2 hours. Now, ask yourself, people that have that problem, are they average people? People that have problems of they have so many events to go to, or they have so many places to go to, is actually a rich man. So again, in your industry, in your business, or whatever it is you want to do, ask yourself, who are those that actually have problems that actually will give me the money I want? Sit down, learn about our business, and I believe that you move from hustling to actually retaining your money. Because again, just because you are making money does not mean that you can retain that money. A lot of times it depends on the knowledge that you have. People make billions. I literally see it happen again and again, and then move into zero naira. Not because they don't have the ability to actually make that money, because they don't have the ability or the knowledge to actually retain that money. So a lot of times, I think the biggest struggle, the biggest issue right now in today's economy is not that you're not trying, is that you're not taking time to sit down and actually learn and study and strategize your way into actually breaking forth out of the normal. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so given the background of everyone here, I know that he was into shoemaking while he was in school and then went into real estate, and now he is here. I know about you starting small and everyone starting small. So there is, like he mentioned, there is the problem of scaling, right? There is the problem of scaling, And I think that one of the things that, one of the challenges that people who are coming into real estate, they see is the fact that the market seems saturated. There's a lot of competition. So in a situation as such, for someone who is just getting into real estate as a realtor, you're just trying to pursue a career there, based on your personal stories, based on your personal experience, what are, like, can you like give us like maybe one or two things that helped you to scale, helped you to build up to where you are, you as a brand strategist, as in the real estate business and all of that?
All right. So I think it's two things you're asking. Firstly is how to stand out, then how to scale. You see, to stand out, I mentioned something when I was speaking the other time, that don't be another noise in the market. But there's a quote I love so much. It says, how do you say it? The world does not need... I think the question was, what can I do for the world? Or something like that. And he said, no, the world only needs men who have come alive. Okay, let me just explain it. When you find your own uniqueness, that's what people will connect to. The problem is most of us are trying to sound like the other person. You are trying to copy the other person. How is the person doing things? And you lose and so when people see you, they think of the other person. They can't see you. I've tried to be finessed with my content. I used to wear suit, though, hope you know, with tie and with very scripted content, today we're going to be speaking about, with calmness. I noticed this is not Adesina. I'm just trying to live a character. And in fact, it's the reason why I don't take 10-minute speaking engagement. Because most time, my first 10 minutes, I'm not yet. But when I get into my element, that's why you see me shouting on top of my voice. That is me. I'm a noisemaker. Right? Especially when I'm talking about something I'm passionate about. So if I start to sound like Dr. Bright, you won't even listen to me because I'll be boring. So find exactly what makes you, you. That is what I will see and fall in love with. That's what I will see and maybe not like, but I will still be watching you. That's what I will see that I'll be getting offended in, but I'll still be following your page. Like, I have a guy like that. I used to comment negative thing every time, but he's still following me. I like, this guy, you like me, or you're just pretending. Right? So what I'm trying to say, that's the first thing to stand out. You don't be scared of everybody's doing real estate, everybody's selling land. There's something about you. It can be the way you talk. I'm telling you, people have different reasons for patronizing. They can just like how soft you talk. They can just like the fact that you smile. They can just like, what's your own unique perspective? What's your own unique attribute? Just bring it into it. Don't try to be like Dr. Bright. Don't try to be like me. Don't try to be like Simi. Just be you. Can you learn from us? Yes. But learn it and now refine it with your own uniqueness and use your own uniqueness to present it. I've gone through all the content on your page. To the first content, I'm telling you, probably virtually all the real estate companies you know, I've gone through all the content on their page, personally. Veritas, as much as I've gone through, Audacia, I've gone through. I learn. I want to see. That's why I was joking with someone. I said, Sujimoto says started from Agege, but there's now I saw his picture in France. How did he get to France from Agege? So when she was talking about learning, I could relate. I tried to check, what's your journey like? Because I know you didn't just get here. What's your journey like? So, number one thing is stand out. And stand out is not something you do mechanically. Just be you. I'm telling you. Use your uniqueness to present everything you are learning. Then about scaling. You see, I think there's a lot of grammar around scaling. By the way, I'm an MBA student, and I've dropped out of 2 MBA schools, so I know what I'm talking about. When it comes to scaling, there's already a lot of grammar around it. What does scaling mean? Growth. That's it. And your growth follows your vision. As far as you can see is as far as you grow, is as far as you scale. If all you can see is Ibadan, you won't grow beyond Ibadan. If all you can see is Nigeria, you won't grow beyond Nigeria. So what it is, where am I right now? Where do I want to go in the next 5 years? That's your scale. When you get in 5 years, where do I want to go in the next 10 years? That's your scale. So you realize that nobody really woke up and say, I laugh when I see people start their company as clinical group of companies, startup group of companies. What are you trying to do? You grow into such. So for example, you start a shop in Ibadan, and you're like, you know what? We are getting orders from Lagos. Your scaling also follows your market. And we're getting a lot of orders from market. Okay, to save cost on delivery. How much are we selling on delivery from Ibadan to Lagos? What if you have a branch in Lagos? how much will it reduce our cost of delivery to Lagos? If yes, let's open a branch. Secondly, do we have someone in Ibadan branch that we can send to Lagos that already understand the processes and the culture of this business that can go and start it there? Because you don't just open a new business and employ someone new there. They will run it as a different business from this one entirely. So you can see how your growth, how your vision, or a problem in your business dictates scaling. So it's not today, we're going to start 20 branches. And nobody's ordering from that state. Nobody's ordering, no, you have to, okay, I'm very frustrated, right? You just want to frustrate yourself. Right? Where is your market coming from? Where are they pulling? It's people that will pull you to all those places. People that will pull you to all those places. I want to say something, but it's sensitive. So that's why you see that many people leave Nigeria and they struggle. Because there's nothing pulling them. It's an influence you're trying to extend. But when a nobody here is a nobody there. But when you're somebody here, you want to extend your influence there. So, and then maybe, for example, I have tons of consulting from the UK, from New Zealand. So if I go there, even if, at least I have some people already that I can, you see what I'm trying to say? So your scale, it follows where your customers are pulling you from. What will make them pull you is your uniqueness. Don't go and start a branch in Abuja because the branch has a branch in Abuja. Do you have markets or people asking, I need property in Abuja, I need property in Abuja? That's what will make you go and start properties in Abuja. Not because we have vision oriented, we have to, no, leave that grammar. Follow the market. Thank you.
That's profound.
Okay, the follow the market, he said, me, I wrote a book, Follow the Money. So you can check it out. That's my first book, actually. And I feel like it's an evidence to tell you that I really love money so much. Okay, so I would answer the question this way. I think that a lot of us want to start building the skyscraper from the top. Yeah, and you see, that's one thing Instagram has done. Let me give you an example. For example, if you go on YouTube right now and you check us out, you can see that it's just the stage that is showing, right? So no matter whatever energy I show to you, maybe I'm standing, you don't know how many people I'm talking to in the audience, right? It's the same way social media as well. We really don't know what's happening on the back end. Most of us, we just come online and see, oh, he's clean shoes, he's on suits. For example, say Adesina now. You see him, he's always looking fresh. You're not going to know that this guy is working back to back. In fact, the videos you're seeing, there's a team behind, working on those videos as well. So I feel like the fact that social media has really disrupted the process of growth for a lot of us, because we have now related growth to be success look-alike. Because in all honesty, what we define as success is not success. A lot of us see success as driving a Benz. For real? One Benz. The whole of your life. Some of you will have a Benz. If you have a car on your wallpaper, that car, someone has given, Otedola gave his daughter as Ferrari. 3. Abi, how many? 3 daughters. What car is on you? You didn't even put a Ferrari, and that's your dream car. You should be ashamed of yourself. Are you getting my point? So if we are trying to define success by $10, it means that the wedding and all of that, for example, that should be your next wallpaper. Are you getting my point? So that's the very first question. You want to start a business. Ask yourself, this person you're trying to copy, where did he start from? She said, I said something that, when we come here and we tell you our story, it looks polished and sweet, he was selling Akube shoes. You think I was just somewhere selling Akube shoes. Baba, I was trekking Lasso selling Akube shoes. I was selling Akube shoes from Marshall to Marshall. You know what Marshall is? Everyone in school knew I was selling Akube shoes. And whenever I sell something, I shout about it. He said he's a noisemaker. I'm more of a noisemaker than he is. Because if you go to school today, they'll still remember me that, no, be you, Akube shoes. That's Lasso. So, how many of us right now in this room, if you walk into this room, they can identify you with something? I've gone to places to go to speak to them, and they call me Omonile. They call me, real estate. Why? Because that's what I shout about. Are you getting my point? But I didn't get there just by shouting about it. It took me more than 10 years starting and failing at businesses. In fact, let me give you an example. There's some of you here. Let me give you a tip. You see me now, you're like, this guy. So just 4 years, they can do this in Odisha. I will go and start a real estate company. This is the law speaking. Don't start. If that's the reason you want to start a company, Adesina, am I right? Don't start, because you'll get yourself in trouble. You have to understand the back-end process first. Before I started a real estate company, I already served I already started selling real estate first. Then I now served in a real estate company for a year. Then I started one with a partner. You know, work. I left and now started again. So you say Audacia is what? Is the second real estate company I'm running. So if you see me standing on the pulpit today talking about Audacia and you see Dr. Bright is in Abuja, is in one place and the company is running fine and everything, it's because I already understand structures, because I've built different brands over time. Are you getting it? And that's what we call scale. Scale for me. Let me give another example. Some of you want to start a business, you go and start. The first thing you remember is to go and borrow money. It's one of the reasons why your family members don't pick your calls anymore. Today you go and pitch to them. Today I want to become an astronaut. Tomorrow you go and pitch to them. You say you're going into fashion now. Next tomorrow you want to sell wigs and all of that. No, it's because you're actually looking at different success stories online and you're becoming confused. Just like he said, pick one. How did I start? Very, very simple. I'm not going to lie about it. You know, I said I did not hear God tell me anything. I just went online. The richest people in Nigeria, who are they? And they came out. I saw like 1 to 10 of them. What industries are very similar with these guys? Let me tell you the part you guys don't check that I checked. And I checked. I said, what's their story line? You see, some of us, you are buying your $10. Me, I bought, we're online. Before they drag me. I bought a $10 book knowing that I'm not going to learn how to make money from that book. I just want to be inspired. Some of you are looking for what I just said, you don't understand. Some of you are looking for the secret. And in all honesty, there's really no secret. It's what you're doing every day that is the secret. Yeah, I've had to pay for classes $2,000, $3,000. And what the guy is telling me, if it is the old bright Martin, $3,000, you are telling me the same thing I know? Are you getting my point? How many of you have been in classes like that? You go for a wealth conference, they're telling you I will change your life forever. You are listening, they're telling you network marketing, refer to. Are you getting my point? So you need to understand that when you're starting, look for people that their journey looks alike like yours. So when I started, I looked for a Nigerian mentor, face to face. I didn't go look for Grant Cardone. Nigerian mentor, people that are accessible, Tsuchimoto, Akintayo, Nola. I started, and those ones, they were still even farther because, let me tell you another thing, mentorship, I don't know, there's growth in mentorship. So for me, I believe that you can outgrow a mentor. I believe that there are stages to mentorship, right? So for me, at the level I was, Sujimoto would not listen to me. So I went to people that were that I had access to. So someone like Lukman, I had access to him. He was doing really well. And from year one, I started. Today, Sujimoto is forwarding my book. Why? Because he has seen an evidence of what I've done. A lot of you guys, you walk up to us today to talk to us. We might not give you that much importance because you've not built anything. So until you begin to build, are you getting my point? The real success is in building. We know, I'm online with 1 million followers, whatever. We know that those things is not what counts. It's building that counts. There are a lot of people that are online with the session with us today. They could not make it down here, and you need to see how they're apologizing. Some even send some funds to support. Why? Because they understand the value of relationship. Why? Because they've seen my journey. They want to be part of my journey. How many of you go today, want to start a dream, or you want to start a business, and you have friends that can fundraise your business? Some of you haven't gone to meet your friends, and you're like, I want to start a business, and they're like, we are going to fund you, and you start the business, and up until today, you've not heard anything from them. Are you getting my point? So your friends don't validate your idea. Your friends don't validate scaling. Like you mentioned, the customers, the way you grow determines that your story says a lot. Then also, success is telling your story, okay, at wherever you are. Because you can see right now, some of you would want to validate our story. You go online and you check it. You see it. Go to my first post on Instagram. You see my shoe post, Brooks Nation. I'm still using the same number for 15 years now. Yes. Same phone number. Are you getting my point? So there's growth. Growth is success too, okay? Can you tell your neighbor, growth is success too? Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. That was wholesome. All right, so I'm going to go to the next phase of the topic of credibility. Now, I know that we all know that when you want to buy a property, and this is very experiential for me because I still went yesterday to secure one for one of my friends, and before she made that transfer, she questioned, are you sure that this guy is legit? Are you sure? I don't want to hear stories that such. This money is going out. Now let's talk about credibility for realtors who are just starting out. what do you recommend? How can they build credibility? Because we live in a country where, or in an environment where once the topic of money comes out, everybody is touchy. They want to know if you are legit. They don't want to be a victim of a scam. They are hoping that you are legit. If you are not affiliated to a company that is known, they don't think there's already that doubt. So how can a realtor, somebody who is just starting out, build credibility, convince clients to trust them with their property, with their money?
Okay, so I think I always like to say that credibility is actually, whether I like it or not, it's not magic. It's not a one-day thing. Credibility actually takes time. And as much as possible, I'm sure you could hear when he was speaking and when he was speaking, they spoke about their track record. The truth is, nobody gives you their money without seeing a track record. It's not, as much as, if anybody gives you their money, right, that you've not built anything yet, I promise you, they're just your friends and your family members. A lot of times, when you are actually going to build your credibility, one of the things I always try to say is build credibility by association. So, when you're reading my bio, one of the organizations you mentioned was Live Your Dreams Africa Foundation. And when I was to start out, one of the things I said to myself was, who are those that are doing well in my industry in Nigeria? One of them is Bankole Williams. And so what I did was, I went to his office. I said, sir, this is great, you can watch it. I said, sir, I'll work for you, but obviously, the amount is not something I'm going to pay attention to. But I knew what I was doing. I knew that I was going to enter the rooms he was going to enter. I was going to speak to people he was going to be speaking to. So I went there, and what I did was just to build my credibility by being around him. And again, serving him so well that even when I was going to leave, he knew that, oh, you're too valuable to just leave like that. I was going to bring you on the board. So again, I think two things, right? First, credibility association. In the same way that, I will say a lot of times, see, people perceive you by people around you. So if you come around and you say that you're friends with Bright or you're friends with Additional, automatically you just assume that, oh, if you're friends with them, then you actually have value. In the same way that if you're just starting out, I think the first thing you want to do is to get around people that are actually doing well. Don't just assume that people will see you. Because the truth is, again, it's a perception game. So again, just try to be in their circles by service. I will say a lot of times that if you know that you don't have anything to your name, there are people around you that have something to their name, be in their circles. Be in their circles by service. Yes, sometimes you might feel like, how by service. Be as practical as possible. You don't have money to buy them gifts, it's fine. You don't have money to buy them the kind of gift they will need, it's fine. Go there and say, sir, can I work with you for free if it's possible? If you know that you don't have the financial strength to do that, how about you say, sir, can I work with you, but you're just taking my transportation? At the very least. Because I believe that again and again, people most times perceive, just like you have an iPhone. When you someone with an iPhone, what do you believe? The person's what? Rich. In the same way that this thing, people don't understand that. See, in Nigeria, we are ruled by perception. It is very, very tricky, but very, very simple. We are very ruled by perception. So if you see Bright with somebody that is an upcoming realtor, you automatically believe that you, Bright, can trust him. I can trust him. So credibility, a lot of times, the reason why you are taking time is because you are trying to build from scratch. Tell them about borrow credibility. Tap your neighbor, borrow credibility. Sometimes you are wasting your time trying to build something. Because, again, there are people around you that are doing well. Look around them. How can I be of value to them? And then how can I enter their circles? Once you enter, I promise you, now I'm consulting for organizations. I remember when I first entered, banking consultants for millions and billions. I thought it was a joke. What's happening here? I was in a circle first. What you're also not learning is by being in those circles, you are learning the systems of that business. Some of you have not learned how to call heavy money. Why? Because you're not around somebody that can call money in billions. In fact, you're not confident enough to say, I want to charge you 5 billion naira for just one. I'm speaking for 30 minutes. I remember the first time Banky was charging somebody to come and speak, and I'm like, sir, what did you just say, sir? See, there was again, let me say this. Rich people sometimes, someone is laughing, rich people sometimes would not give their money when they perceive that you're cheap. Most times, because of the kind of ego they have, they believe that you're of value when you're actually calling certain amounts of money, right? So again, a lot of times you need to go and listen to people that actually can call those numbers and say, sir, In fact, sometimes even if you say, sir, just be around them. The more they say, the more one day you catch the spirit. See, there's something, you will catch the spirit. In fact, you would catch that confidence. So I'm not confident to call. Why? You are not around rooms that they call those numbers. You are not enshrined in those rooms. So most times that you hear billions, you maybe come for one-off conference. Someone says billion. That's the end of when you heard billions. But then again, Monday to Friday, you're learning 1 billion, 5 billion, 10 billion. The truth is, when somebody comes to meet you for money, even you're unconscious. People say, I mean, yeah, you didn't plan to say it, but because you've been used to this, your unconscious says it, and they believe that for you to say that amount, they believe that actually what you are selling is of good value. You've built credibility, one, because you've learned by way of being around. Two, because you are around them, they can trust you. So, again, I believe strongly that a lot of times, young people need to stop wasting time and then start paying attention to those around them that they can borrow credibility from. When you do that, I believe strongly that you help your game. Thank you very much.
That's so great. That's so great. I hope that we're taking notes, writing things down. Okay, so this is for the real estate. Permits me to use moguls, right? Okay. So what is the realistic income potential for people who are for youths who are just getting into real estate? What do you think is the realistic, given the economy today?
I don't know if that answered the question. This is a setup. But the truth is, you see, the Nigerian real estate is at a stage where there's no limit. Right? And I say that knowing what is obtainable. But also, like she said, it depends on the circles you are, right? And the kind of knowledge you have. That's the truth. You can broker a deal today and make 100 million naira. You can broker a deal today and make 10 million naira. And you can broker a deal and make 100K. Right? You will see that the people you will sell to at those 3 different levels are the 3 different people also. So you see how your circle influences what you can make. But in all honesty, you can't, the way we practice this in Nigeria, you can't even do that in developed countries. You can't just wake up and say you want to become a realtor. Right? You have to go and get licensed, maybe for like 6 months. And you can fail the exam. How many people even fail drivers driving? So you can't even just wake up. So take advantage. Let me say, all of us are beneficiaries of corruption. All of us are beneficiaries of corruption. Right? How many of you have posted investment offer on your status before? In a proper country, they will pick you up. Because you don't just sell investment like that. So that you can put it and people can trust you with it, that's an advantage you can use. That's why I said, actually, there seems as if there's no limit. It is what you, like I tell people, it is what you kill that you eat. It's what you go after that you get. Right? So if you want to do 100 million naira, I used to be frustrated. Because I see people that don't know what I know, making more money than I am, and I'm like, no, this cannot be. What's going on here? So I realized that, okay, in this game, it's not who you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So it's someone that just joined real estate in the next 2 weeks, and she's brokering a deal of 50 million naira. And with all my grammar on Instagram, everybody's still asking me, send. So it got to, I think the day I now got that light was the day someone reached out to me from TikTok. And she didn't ask for the title. She didn't ask for, she just asked, you have a land here? I heard you mention it. I said yes. Oh, how much is it? I said the amount. And she sent payment. Nothing. No title. So I realized that she later mentioned that she's been watching me for over 1 year. So there's a way I've built an impression with her that she knows that I don't need to be double checking this one. What closed that sale was not what I said. It was the circle, the impression I've built over time. So for example, someone has a family, an uncle, that has seen that this person is industrious. That purchase they made might not even be to buy the land. It might be to encourage the person. Right? So that's circle influence. Or you just might not tell. So what I'm trying to say is that as much as you want to also, pay attention to learning, circle is very important to determine how much you can earn. My first big money in consulting was someone that could not afford to pay Stephen Akitayo. That said, but I know you've learned from him. so I'll pay you. I'm telling you. He Rita said, in fact, so if you're also serving, serve to stupor. It got to a point, I can't say, so let me say the other part. It got to a point, people started calling me by his surname. So people forgot that, in fact, that's why I started to use my name. Because people started calling me Opeyemi Adesina. I said, no, that's my father's name. Because, and why? Because of the way I carried it upon my head. Even when some things were not, maybe something is happening, so people thought that maybe Dr. Stephen was bribing me because of the way I carried the company on my head. You see, you cannot say you want to learn under someone and everybody is bad-mouthing the person, you're also joining the person. It's a lie. You are deceiving yourself. You can't. You know, I see something that people don't see what you say you are. People say what you think you are. Yeah. So when you open your mouth, people will know that you are not really here. They will know. So there's a way I carried it upon my head that people even start coming around me because his credibility rubbed off on me. His fame also rubbed off on me. I remember there was a time I did a video and I mentioned him that went viral. One of the things that I was grateful for is that was not my first video that went viral. Because I would have benchmarked my going viral on him again. So I was like, okay, now I think I'm out of his shadows. But I enjoyed the shadow. Some of you are too in a haste. No, I don't want to be known. You are in a company. You don't want to be shared with the company. And you are a nobody. You're just stressing yourself. Right? So be patient. In fact, people will spend big money with you, not because of you. Because of the company you are selling for. That if you have to stand on your own, nobody's going to send. So your income bracket as a startup, as a starter, is based on your affiliations. Maximize the affiliation well. If you want to sell for Audacia, let the people think you are a co-founder at Audacia. Let people think, because when you finally leave, they might not see the name again, but subconsciously they will still attribute you to success. So you want to cheat out to earn big, that's the cheat code. I'm telling you, there's no grammar you want to. As someone who speaks grammar, I'm telling you, grammar does not pay the bills. Affiliations does. I tell my guys, I said, don't struggle to go and find your leads. Just stay here. Me, when I talk, leads will come. You just be closing. Just be. But you struggling to say you want to go and start getting leads. You stress yourself. Just carry the name on your head. Close the lead. Even when you say you want to leave, you've already carried the brand attached to you. That's the cheat code. Don't stress. Some of you like struggling too much.
Okay, so I think he already started that conversation. So I'm just going to add this question to it. So the question is about your network. You know, there's this thing that we say now that the friends you have, the company that you keep, the people around you are the ones that your children are going to call the connects that their parents have, the net worth. So how can, he already started answering that question, so I just want you both to build on it. How can people getting, the youths of this day, getting into real estate and all of that, and even generally in life, how can they build their network, a solid network, even with, like he said, affiliations with even their peers? It's not everybody, to be honest, you cannot guarantee that everybody will be a success, right? So how can they, what are the things they should look out for? How can they build? How can we build?
Okay, so I'll start answering and then Dr. Bright would, wrap it up. So I always say this every time, that quality attracts quality. Yeah, I always say it every time. See, whenever you go for interviews, whenever you are anywhere, unconsciously, the moment you step into a room, people are already judging whether they should pay attention to you or they should overlook you. So the question is not, it's not how well, whatever you know at that point. The question is how much value, how different can you be? So if you are coming and everybody, you are doing what everybody is doing, the truth is we just see you as the norm and we overlook you. Most times, people unconsciously, when they step into the rooms, they're looking for those that they actually want to be. I always say this every time. Whenever I go to events, there are people that they are struggling to collect numbers, and there are people that they actually say, give that person my number. I was at an event last year. There's somebody I respect so much. He doesn't have so much following, but he has so much knowledge. And I'll say, I'm Dr. Emmanuel Taffa. And I was there, and I was just really amazed by this man, right? Listening to him and learning from him. And whilst I just went there, I just said one sentence to him. Oh, that was really, I really love the way you did that. And I just said one or two. And when everybody was struggling for his number, he told the company, I said, please look for that person and give her my number. There is a way that you can say words that are not the norm. Stop saying, everybody's saying, come and mentor me. Everybody's saying, oh, you had an amazing session. The truth is, people like me, I hear it every time. I mean, so if you're coming to me, I always say, come correct, come different. Because again, whether I like it or not, one of the ways to break into circles is to ensure that you build yourself. I always say this, people most times don't want to have mediocres in their circles. Nobody actually wants to have a mediocre in their circle. In fact, nobody follows a mediocre. What people most times want is that you actually have results. So I believe that in whatever stage you are, ensure that that stage, you are the very best in that stage. Or at that stage. You are the very best. Because again, people don't follow mediocres, they follow those that have results. Yes, your result might not be like, Dr. Bright's or Adesina's yet, but at the level that you are, let them know that you are so different that they actually know that, yes, even if you're not at their level yet, they can see something different about you and they want to bring you on board. Again, I always say that, see, by the grace of God, I have never, let's say, dogmatically, I've never, gone the conventional way of interviewing for a job. Most times, I get referred. But people don't understand this. When you want to move into HNIs actually do their research. So can I say this? So I'm currently with somebody, right? And when I was to come into his organization, they did some more research that I didn't know, I believe they didn't know that this person was my spiritual mother, that he actually went to, I'm like, she sent me a script, I'm like, what? This man is someone that actually learns to nations, by the way. That scripture that says you learn to nations, that's his reality. Like, it's not, he learns to nations. So I found out that many times, whenever HNIs want people to come to their circles, they do their research on you, and the truth is, if they find nothing, they won't bring you in. So ask yourself, even where you are right now, I always try to say this most times to get people annoyed. Yes, you are still building, but try to search your name online. Google. What will you see? I feel a very good way to get yourself annoyed, right, is one of these days, just pick up your phone and say, what's your full name? Put it on Google and say, what will you see? Because the truth is, most people, before they reach out to you, they actually search you. I remember I was speaking to somebody one day, and the person said, Tiolu Wanimi, I was so amazed by the things I saw that you were doing, and I just felt, let me even search on Google. And they're like, my God. So the truth is, a lot of times, organizations right now are searching for you. So when they search for you, would they see somebody of value or somebody of vibes? Some of the only thing that you post there is, oh, I'm on the beach. And again, nobody wants a liability around them. Nobody wants someone that will come around and use their money to go and let me see what I'm about to say. Nobody wants a liability around them. So if everything you are posting is that you are wasting money, you're not posting any form of value. Unconsciously, they exempt you from their circle. Yes, you might collect their number, but that's the end. You hear from them again. In fact, I always say this most times. Numbers is the big. You're not just because you have somebody's number. What? You have my number, and so? What are you doing with that number? So again, it's a function of what results do you have. Again, it's a function of how well have you built yourself. Again, it's a function of how different are you in your sector. Because again, like I said, quality attracts what? I didn't hear that. Quality attracts what? Thank you very much.
I'm inspired. Okay, so let me round that up. So I love let me just end it with this. Let me say some brutal, just little things here and there. So first is, I have a very strong feeling that if you're seated here, it means that you want to be richer than you are right now. If not, whatever figure is in your account right now, you should be very proud of it. So if you're proud of the figure in your account, can I hear you say, I'm a billionaire? Even me, I won't shout. Now, that answers the question. Everybody needs money. Are you getting my point? How do you get money? By offering value. Simple English, sell something. Now, the moment you walk up to me, my name is Bright Shekoni, I'm the CEO of Adesina Properties. I can make you a landlord in 1 minute. I've sold my value to you. The question you want to ask now is, do you want to talk to me or not? If you have the money to give to me, I will collect the money. I tell everyone is my client. I say that. I've closed. Adesina that is still here, he has given me money. You don't want to know. Any book I launch is the first person. And he's my friend, though. Adesina, are we not friends?
And that's another thing, too. Some of you see your friends finish.
Are you getting me?
That's another thing, too.
There's money. Let me tell you, my first real estate deal was my mom. My mom used to swear. Okay, you're not in real estate. You will not understand. In Lagos, there's island, water land. My mom is part of this with like, Raleni Island. Never, God forbid. My mom bought. I collected commission on that deal. My mom was the first. Guess what? After my mom, the week, I closed 200 million. Let me tell you how I closed it. It was even a friend of my mom I was selling shoes before. So you know it's never audio. I took those shoes, I went to go and give, you know when you say your widow's mite. So I went to the house, I went to give the husband and the wife Anko shoe, palm slippers. So like, oh my God, are you serious? They didn't bring any, they did a very big party. Guess what? Nobody brought any gift. I was the only one that brought that gift with my branded Lilo Akube shoes. Oh God. When they were telling me, said, I'm so proud. I said, I'm proud. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I will not lie to you. From that day, I've been looking forward to sell to them. The moment I got into real estate, guess who I called first? That family. They got one house from me. They got home. They called me. They said, oh, I told my friend in the US, he likes the house. They want to buy beside you. I said, sir. I closed the second house. Guess what? The friend of that one called me. I sold 4 houses that way. 4 houses. First week of joining real estate in 2020. That was the money I used to rent my house. So when you ask how much can you make, you can make so much and you can make so little. Are you getting my point? Now, the honest truth is me, I'm still very hungry. I'm always hungry. I need money this morning I was coming, he was asking, how many of you have made millions this month? If I don't make money every day, mama, my body will shake me. Because you spend money every day, yes or no? So you have to replace it now, Abi. Are you not supposed to replace it? How are you replacing it? You are hoping on God, praying to God. I'm praying to God too, but my account is getting watered. Because I'm offering value, I'm selling something. So how do you start? It's very simple. Let me tell you the easiest way. First of all, understand that you don't need to be rich to be rich. All you need to know is to know who's rich. You don't need to have money to have money. All you need to know is know someone who has money. Tell them what they need to hear and collect the money. That's all. So, for example, Ashakan, I said Ashakan. Ashaka, right? You see, big boys, name is already rhyming. Are you getting me? Now, for example, look at him. I want to sell something to him. It's easy for me to sell a tripod to him. Imagine I tell you there's a tripod that can follow you around. You don't have to operate it. No remote. Just put the remote in your pocket and it will not be flying with you like a drone. You buy it. See, even if it's just prototype, I'm selling to you. You will buy it. One, because it's bright that I'm selling it to you. You don't want to form my hand. Are you getting me? I'm like, this product is made for you specifically. In fact, I feel like I should come and collect money from you right away. Are you getting my point? Because I'm selling a product tailored to him. Now, why would they buy real estate? Because everybody pays real estate. How many of you agree? You pay rent. Every restaurant you go to is real estate. All we are in currently is real estate. Everything you do is real estate. I went to a restaurant in Ibadan. They were selling me spaghetti bolognese, even if it was not bolognese. I'm sorry, I'm Ibadan boy, but that's spaghetti and stew. But you know what I mean, right? But they put like 25,000, 30K there. Why? Because the spaghetti was inside AC. And that's branding. You see, so the spaghetti in your house is different from spaghetti in one place with AC and white walls. Are you getting my point? But at the end of the day, are they getting customers for it? Yes. So package your products properly. If it's real estate, you have some family members that have money. When you go to beg them for money, they won't give you the money. But sell a property to them, you can make up to 10 million in commissions. I hope you're getting me. So let's see how we can milk the people we know. And if you don't know anyone, this is a call to actually start getting to know people. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was quite insightful. Okay, so this is the final round, and I'm going to be asking you to do something very unconventional. Okay, so given who you are and your experience, if you could give anybody in the audience now, this is now the whole audience anyways, if you could give them 3 secrets, if they could pick your brain for a few minutes, what would you say? So they want to pick your brain. We all want to pick your brain. We want to see that secret you could give us that's like a life hack. Yes.
Okay. So I'll go first and then allow them to wrap up, as always. So I would just say 3 things. And over time, I think these 3 things actually summarize my life's journey. I would say that the truth is, the rule of the game is consistency. Now, the truth is, you are saying 4 years, but I don't know if you paid attention to when he was speaking, that he said he had built other things. I mean, he had built a company for many years. Is someone listening to me? 10 years. See, I know that most of you are trying to say, my God, this. But I tell you, if you can build long enough, well enough, you will see results. Your problem is, or most people's problems is that the fact that they are comparing themselves to someone that started 12 years ago. I just started this year. The rule of the game is consistency. In fact, some people will never pay attention to you until they say that you've done it long enough and well enough. I promise you. I remember that the first time, so we run an organization, the first time we moved into millions, I promise you it was, in fact, my siblings ignored me for a very long time. And even, my siblings are okay. They ignore me for a very long time. See, there's a kind of doggedness that you have, that everybody knows that you are not here for the long, you're not here for the short term, no. You're here for the long run. Some of you do business for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and then you say you're done. Forgetting that, again, most times, there's something called consistency that would make people actually trust you well enough. I believe strongly that, see, a lot of times, there's nobody, I always say this again and again, no successful man actually got there, or woman got there in 1 day, or 1 year. Yes, they might start their company in 4 years, but I promise you, their journey did not start in that 4 years. They've had days of, Victory is here, by the way. Myself and Victory were at an event together. And, we had an interesting time. But, one of the things I wanted to speak up for Victory, the fact that, yes, you know him now, but I saw a video that was online. I said, this guy. He smiled. I said, this guy. Yeah, we know him now, but that time, the guy was crying. He stayed way back. And now you see him, now I'm like, oh, I want to be like Victory. Oh, God. Go and start. Go and start. Go and pay. See, again, this game is ruled by consistency. If you give up, tell anybody, please don't give up. See, I know that this is not even me trying to sugarcoat it to you. I promise you there will be challenges. I promise you get frustrated. I promise you there are days that you will cry. There are days that you say, who sent me? Like, not polite tears. I don't know if they said that to you, but I mean, like, you say, my God. Like, you will cry your eyes out. Like, nothing is funny again. You would feel like, I am done. Are you really building something if you've not gotten to that stage? So again, the rule is, start up again, go again. Keep on, because the truth is, at some very point, the very people you are trying to meet, they are the ones that will try to meet you. I can say that from a fact. I have stories for days on that. So if you keep on going, at some very point, people you are trying to meet, as long as, again, I didn't just say keep on going. I said, do it long enough and what? Well enough. Well enough. Well, and I think I'll just pick my second point from that. Just like I said at the very beginning when I started answering, I said radical value. See, I've not seen anybody be successful and they are doing the norm. There must be something they are doing that is crazy. This morning, I slept by 6 a.m. And I had to be here. My God. Literally, if you look into my eyes, you can literally see I am literally going from here to Benin. We have an event in Benin tomorrow. So you need to understand that I am not resting. Obviously I'm resting, please. Don't. But that there's a kind of work rate you see that you know that, my God, this one is different. In fact, I'll give an example that is a little bit practical, and then I would wrap up on that. At some point, I grew up in Ibadan, so I can say that. I don't know how many of us know Jesse Privacy. Jesse, yeah. So I did my levels there. And at some point, they usually do a mock exam. I did my levels, and I think that was July, and I did the mock exam. I saw my result. I said, my God, my Lord, this is not me. I read, from that July to my exam in October, November, I read that I lost so much weight that people actually asked me in my neighborhood, do you have HIV? See, I said that to say that before my results came out, I knew I was going to pass. See, I knew, in fact, that was the first time I appeared on Billboard. You know how you have a result that it was so crazy that they had to put it on Billboard across Ibadan? That was the first time that my name went on. Because I knew, in fact, before the results came out, I knew that, my God, the way I read, It's the same way that you know when you've actually worked to a point that whether the money likes it or not, you make it. See, you will know. I will say, most times you are still, just like I said, you're still okay, you're still comfortable. You're not yet radical enough to say that. How can I be so crazy from? Again, let me use that word, crazy from the average person. Because again, nobody is it Lemos? It's crazy. Is it Donald? Yeah, crazy. I don't know, but this is my personal opinion. I've never seen anybody that's successful that's actually not crazy. I believe so. I've seen it happen over and over again. So again, if you are truly going, and this is my best advice to anybody, be radical enough in your doings and in the value that you offer, and ensure that it's not what everybody's doing. Ensure that you are so radical that when they see you, they say, oh, this is this man, this is this woman, that is doing something remarkable that we cannot ignore. Thank you very much.
What do I want to say after that? All right, so let me say something crazy. You don't need another conference. You don't need another training. You don't need another mentorship. You don't need as someone I used to travel from Ilorin to Lagos virtually every week for conferences. My guys are watching. I was just telling you now. Virtually, it got to a point, they were writing tests. I was in Lagos applying for one grant. My HOD was my project advisor. He told me like this, said, Adesina, stop stressing yourself, you are not graduating. In fact, when graduating got released, I didn't check because I was not expecting to graduate. I didn't even know. I was putting my hand in things they did not send me in school, such that I was locked out of the school portal for about 48 hours. It's public knowledge. Right? So, in fact, VC himself, and what was I doing? I just could not stand that a mass comm student does not have access to the school studio. It just doesn't make sense to me. So we're trying to do a lot of things. Then I didn't know that a president cannot tell the student to pay into his account. But I'm like, I can't be waiting for you to be dragging. So I said, pay into my account. That's how they carry me to student. I'm trying to say something. That's why I said you don't need another conference. If what you've heard today does not push you to enter your room and start building and lock the door and throw away the key, nothing else will. As someone who has attended conferences I just got to a point I discovered that, in fact, as you were saying, talking about paying thousands of dollars, I think it's like the school fees you have to pay. I paid one, I think it was last year, and as I said, nah, I'm done. Millions, excluding my flights and accommodation and everything. And you are telling me, poor people live by concept, people live by. I say, okay, I know this much. Say something else. Which one is quotes? I'm not here for quotes. How did you get this money? What was this quote? And which is why, if you see that, I'm very theoretical. I read books a lot. I pick courses a lot. I can give you charts, Gantt charts, we'll do mind mapping, but I know. I just know. If I was telling someone, I said, MBAs is not for entrepreneurs, it's for managers. As a student of 3 MBA schools, I'm telling you. So what I'm trying to say, you don't need another coaching. You don't need another business school, you don't need. Why are we transitioning from what we are doing to having a platform? It's because right from time, those of you who know me, I'm not a business coach, I'm not a business consultant, I'm not a whatever. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm just sharing you what has worked for me. If it works for you, fine. If it doesn't work for you, that's your cup of tea. Right? But what exactly do you need? What am I building? That's it. Define it. Clearly, define it. What am I building? For the longest time, we were following just one page. Airs Holdings. Recently, my social media manager started following people. We've returned back. If you check, just one person we're following. Airs Holdings. I don't like confusion. And that's why even our content process is also simple. I go, they record, they start cutting excerpt. Your life is too complicated. My primary job description is 2 things. Meetings and learning. Meetings to make money. Learning so that you want to meet me. That's it. I learn so that you want to, if I say I want to meet you, you give me an appointment. If you want to meet you also, and the meeting is, what business are we doing? What deal are we doing? That's it. Right? One of my guys is here. He knows how many times he sends message before I reply. Go straight to the point. What are we doing? And that's because I know what I'm building. I'm building a holding company. So that when you see me talk businesses, I know that I don't want to be a business coach or a business consultant. I've never seen a billionaire business consultant. So I don't call myself a business coach or a business consultant. So I told myself, I said, we are and it has been from a long time. I've told him we'll transition to be a platform where it will be an entrepreneur's YouTube or entrepreneur's Netflix. And it will be topical. So everything I'm saying now, so next month, there's a waitlist already, it's already out. By next month now, we are launching an MVP with over 100 contents there. Such that you want to raise funds, just go there and learn. So we'll create content there and you just subscribe for a fee for a month. That is a business of business intelligence. And I'm telling you, you see, when all of us are talking, you notice that sometimes we'll say, can I say this? Can I say this? You know why? Popular knowledge has never made anyone wealthy. As a wealth manager, I know no investment bank is designed to make you wealthy. They work for us. They are collecting your money to buy shares of our company to give us money. They work for us, not you. That's the truth. Unless they want me to lie to you. When you see them say they are listing shares of, what's it called? MTN. Hope you know, on every share you buy, they are getting brokerage fee. So who do they work for? It's us now. We want to raise, banks now they are recapitalizing, right? They want to raise 500 million, 500 billion, whatever they are building. So who is really under pressure? You or banks? So who are the investment man working for? The banks. And by the way, if the shares does not go up in value, will you arrest them? So who made the money? Oh, save. If you put money in bank, they give you how many percent? Maybe 14%, 16%. When you go to take loan from bank, how many percent do they give you? 40%. So who is helping who? Popular knowledge has never made anyone. In fact, I'm writing a book, it's coming out soon. False promise. While you make wealth advisors rich, but they can't make you wealthy. That's the subline of the book. What am I trying to say? You see, we've said a lot of things today. But I know that when you clearly define what you are building, and you pick one person that looks like where you are going, and you start following and observing the person closely, forget distraction. Hope you know the most influential people are not on social media. Oh, don't be deceived by social media following, you know. Let me tell you, the person that has changed my life in business the most does not have a social media page. It doesn't have. If I mention his name, you know his company, but if I mention his name, you don't know him. I'm telling you fact. He has given my biggest deal ever. If I need to be challenged, I don't go and ask you, I just go and sit down with him. So if you think social media, that's why it doesn't move me. How many of I've commented and I've replied you before? You throw me, you compliment me, nothing, I don't even see. I just install social media, check something, uninstall it back. That's how I do. The thing that put the post. But I'm telling you that focus on what you are building. There's no difference between you and I. No difference. I'm as human as you are. I eat, I shit, I sleep, I wake up. No difference. Why am I upstage and you are learning? Right? Because there's something I have. It can be money to you that you think, I think I want to be where this guy is. And I'm telling you that there's no other secret. I faced my business. And then I have a very big vision that I would not stop until I get here. That is the difference. You have this vision today. Tomorrow you have another vision. Next one you have another vision. Today you see someone is doing well in agric, you want to go. This one is doing well in crypto, you want to go. I see some biographies, fashion designer, realtor, entrepreneur. You are everything. You are doing everything. You are doing everything. Check my bio. Founder, adesina.io. Simple. Nothing else. If he's not Mr. Bright, I won't be here today. He knows I've shut down for the year. I've shut down. And he knows that I've been working in Abuja. I left Ibadan last week. I thought he's the only one that can bring me. I've been rejecting invitations. I was supposed to speak on 5 the same thing you are pursuing, is distraction to me. I'm supposed to be on 5 TEDx stages this year. I declined everything. Because guess what? They are distractions. They'll make me just feel like, TEDx speaker, God, I don't need it. I don't need it. No award nominees, ambassador nominees, honorary degrees. Oh God, stay on one side. That's what many of us are pursuing. I'm telling you that someone is on my neck to bring me to the UK. I say I'm not ready. Because I told me, I said, I'm already a nobody in Nigeria. I will never enter any country as a nobody again. I will never. It has to be honorary. That's the difference between us. It's what me I'm seeing. It's what me I want to build. And that's why I don't give in to distraction. When I go social media, when I scroll, I'm thinking in my head, so you've consumed 5 people's content. How many people have consumed your content today? Some of you now, how many of you want the latest Ferraris, latest iPhone 17? You know, you like this big thing. How many people are currently waiting for the latest thing you are producing? Or there's nothing that is coming from you that people are waiting for? Is that how useless you are? What are you locking yourself to build? That's just a teaser. People are waiting on their seat. I can't wait for this thing to launch. Today now you launch Cotiva. Right? That's something that some people will buy. What are you cooking? That thousands of people are waiting to consume. I just teased that I'm going to do a world tour. I was on Instagram. In fact, the first time I was on TikTok Live. I said I wanted to do a conference in Lagos. People literally volunteered everything I need, including all. So I was not going to spend a penny. Guess what? I still declined. I still canceled it. Because I know many of the things we judge as success, I don't see it. I don't see it. Let me build. All these things, you will do them with ease. Let me build. This real estate thing you want to do, you want to start selling, build a name. Build a brand. Be known for something. Start create. Is the content you want to create the content. You want to start a team that will be selling for you. Focus on training those sales team than speaking engagement. People will start inviting you. Cancel. I wish my team can show you. Invitation, cancel. It's distraction. You think I don't like it? I'm not moved by being on flyer. I'm not moved. I have free accommodation. Anytime I go to Lagos, I don't stay there. Because I know that if I'm here, you'll be engaging in conversation. And I like solitude. I've seen everybody. I look at myself. Elon Musk, how is he thinking? So I'm thinking, when will my mind get to this level? Let me shock you. You know, I study mass communication, right? I'm licensed with AppCom, right? I'm a certified, I'm arts Concord, finance and commercial Concord. Guess what? Right now, I'm currently learning back-end engineering on old school. Why? I'm building a product. I don't want any engineer to be telling me this is how it works and I don't know what, and be twisting me like this. No. I've learned product design already. I've learned product management. I'm a digital marketer. I'm a web designer. I'm not learning it to do it. I don't do it as a service. I just want to know it. Why? Because I know what I'm building. I know that the future, currently the money is in tech. So I have to be aware. What's happening in the blockchain technology? Recently, some of my guys in Forex, I told them, I said, come and live with me. In crypto space, come and live. That's the difference between us. Is what me I'm building. So I'm obsessed with what I'm building, such that I can die for it. I can go all out. I risk my life every day for it. Because if my life is not risk, even at home, now. So is still, what are you building? What is that one thing that you are currently giving? And guess what? You can't tell me you are building, and people living with you don't know. They can tell. They can tell that nobody, they will tell you, I've been teaching since 2012. 2012, I was 13, because my education is quite fast. At 13, I was already done secondary school. And that's when I've been teaching jam lessons, because I could not afford to pay jam lessons, so I have to teach. So that teaching is my jam lesson fees. That's what I've been teaching. And then even since then, I've been teaching that, because then I used to think that education is the way to money. So I teach them that if you don't pass now, how will you be successful in life? So I've been teaching finance since then. I didn't even know. I'm telling you, and I've been reading. So my guys know since then that, no, you've always been this crazy. I've always known that, because I've seen every template in my family. Nobody really touch money like that. If I want to break this, that means I can't go their route. So I knew I have to build something. The day I got the revelation that everybody that is already built businesses, my appetite and desires and vision changed. I know that let me just build one thing. If I can build something that can be worth, let's say, some billions of dollars now, I can finance any other business acquisitions. I can do mergers. I can acquire companies. I can now start growing. Elon Musk only built Tesla and even Tesla self. Even PayPal. He has engineers. But there's something he has. It's called vision. And so even though he's not the one that built it literally, he's the one that built it actually. The same way Steve Jobs did not program Apple OS. But who built the company? Him. So what are you currently building? That's the difference. See, you might not be at my level in the next 6 months. This is how I think. You might not be at my level in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months. But if you focus on what you are building, you know that in the next 3 years, we'll be on the same stage. I won't be your senior again. That's why when we want to prostrate, I said, you are not prostrating to greet me because you honor me. It's actually because you don't know yourself yet. Right? Honor is good. I honor people too. I prostrate for people that pass me. But I'm saying that there's a honor that is not actually because I honor, it's because I'm actually still a nobody. Many of you, the honor you give me today, if you touch 1 billion this year, you will see me and cost my papa. That's just the truth. It's not really like when you like me. You're just hoping that maybe I will strike a deal with this guy. That's why you are really saying that Mr. Adesina is a lie. So I'm saying, if all of us face what we are building, sooner or later, we'll be peers. That honor will now be mutual honor. That's why you don't need another conference, another training, another thing. Right? If getting, this your book, sell or beg, that you are, in fact, I don't think anybody should be here and you don't have that book and should not buy. That's the first commitment you are giving yourself. There are books I read every day for 1 year. Every day for 1 year. If that book alone can change your life, just buy it and commit to it that I will do everything in this book and watch your life change. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow like that's popular quote you say, but I know in the next few years, we will see each other and it will be mutual honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Ooh, this has been very, very full. Okay, so we're just going to take a couple of questions and then we will end it from the audience. Okay, so this question says that what mistakes did you make early on that you would advise a new realtor like me not to make?
I think I got into real estate thinking that it was a get rich quick, scheme. Like a lot of us right now, the way we're talking, I said this, so I'm going to give you another disclaimer. If we're making it look like real estate is one very sweet industry, think again. You have to put a lot of work, you have to put a lot of commitment, you have to put a lot of consistency, you have to be, back-to-back content creation. I really love the submission from the 2 other panelists. And I think for me, I would say that I had to kill my desire for wanting to show off. I think that would be my very first, and this is me being very vulnerable and honest with you guys. A lot of us actually want to get out of poverty to show poverty. And when you continue to stay in that circle, you won't get out of it. And I'm sure you can relate to what I'm saying. For example, the moment you begin to see that you want people to think about you more than who you really are, there's a problem. Because let me tell you something, you will make money from real estate. And the money you make, you will now use it to do what? To start building. And guess what? That's how fake life starts. See this thing I'm telling you, I'm smiling. I had to go through a lot to learn it because when I started real estate, I bought Benzo. God. I was a big boy. A hot boy. It's not that I should have been saving money. No, I was like, there was this very nonsense thing I did. Please don't do it. There was this class teacher of mine back then in secondary school. I'll not lie to you. I've been meaning that man. And I said, the day I make my 1 million, that guy will be the best guy I'll send money to. You say I will not make it, I will show you how. So a lot of us and see, it's fine. I'll be honest with you. Every day I wake up and I want to buy a Lamborghini, I want to buy a G-Wagon, I want to buy a private jet and all that. It's good. It keeps you dreaming. But you have to learn to connect your dream with reality. You see, a lot of us, we don't have too many opportunities. Okay? So you have to learn to take advantage of opportunities. Some of us, we just have just 1 minute on a platform. We have to be ready to give the best. I've closed most of my deals when I go to speak. Most of my biggest deals were when I went to speak. I'm honest with you. There are clients that come to meet me after and said, my group of companies, we want to close a 1 billion naira project. And I think you would have a friend that can pull it off. Guess what? I don't have to have the product. I have to just make a phone call. And guys, 1% of 1 billion is better than 0%, my people. I would rather Benusi. I would rather Benusi deal here than, behave like as if I don't need the money. I need the money by the end of the day. So what am I saying? You close your first deal, your second deal. Invest back in yourself, not in what you're wearing. See, 2 years ago, you see I'm being vulnerable. 2 years ago, I used to advise that your first money, go and buy iPhone. Don't buy iPhone, no. Survive first. You have to find a way to make the money back the way you made it before. That's the way you know it's not luck. Are you getting me? Sales is a skill. You're going to read the book, Sell or Be Broke. Buy that book. Sales is a skill, so you can learn how to sell. So all of you, I'm talking to you today. Some of you are already extroverts. Some of you are introverts. Some of you don't know how to talk to people. You can learn it. You can learn how to sell. You can learn how to present yourself. You can learn how to brand yourself properly. So if there's one thing I would say is invest in yourself. You don't really have to go to conferences and all that, but pay for classes, pay for sessions. Know how to communicate better. In real estate, you can't just talk to people anyhow and collect their money. You got to speak well. You have to speak figures. You have to speak, you have to speak prospect, forecast. Okay? So as you make your first deal, maybe it's by luck. Like me now, close my mom first. That was... You guys know that's a bit of emotions, right? I can't stay there. So I took that money, refined myself, got myself. Don't follow me. I got a place on the island, and I was sleeping on the floor for 1 week. You see, the fact that I was sleeping on the floor for 1 week, I was angry. So I'll be going to the office. I'll try to close. They don't know. If I bed, I wanted to buy a bed because if I go to the office, what's in my mind is I'm going back home. And some of us, you have done this thing I'm doing. You put yourself in a very uncomfortable situation because you want to grow. It's very good. Are you getting my point? So spend on yourself. That's the first thing. Invest in yourself. Don't go and squander the money because the money is sweet. It comes very easy. The way I'm telling you, when you close your first deal, you people know. Some of you never listen to me again. Say, which mentor? I don't need mentor, Joe. How much is your money? You know. Are you okay? She said mistakes are sweet, so you should make the mistakes. So thank you very much, guys.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so the next question says, in a scenario where the company you work in lacks certain things that would enhance the development of the company, and you have tried to talk about it with them, but it's not yielding, they're seemingly not listening, what can one do?
Okay, so I would respond to that. And I think the first thing I always say is, and again, I always say as much as possible, be selfish. It might seem like an odd advice, but it's the truth. Whenever you're working in companies, and this should be your two metrics whenever you're working for anybody, is that you're learning or you're earning. Now, it doesn't mean that, if you're not making money, it's fine. You just know that, okay, for example, I told you my journey, right? Is that you're learning or you're earning? Because the truth is, eventually, you don't want to waste your time. Whether like it or not, we are at our prime right now. You cannot afford to just say, oh, I am trying to get things better. As much as possible, ask yourself, sometimes you're not learning anything, but you're making money. That's fine. Use the money you're making to go and build yourself. Life is not hard, right? But again, if you are in an organization and then you are not making money, you are not learning anything, tap your neighbor and say, get out of there. Someone did not do it well. Tap your neighbor and say, get out of there. See, for the last time, some people are smiling. Look at the neighbor and say something very serious. Something very, say, get out of there. Someone did it well. Because the truth is, you cannot afford to waste your time. Again, I'm sure you don't understand, but time is money. What makes things sweet is the fact that you're young. What dazzles people is your youth. I don't know if you've ever wondered why Sheikh Fakrode was saying, oh my God, the only reason why, because it was what? 7. So you can, the truth is, let me say this. The truth is, nobody is excited about your achievements when you are doing them at the age of 40 anymore. So if an organization is not helping you to do one of those two things, as much as possible, get out. Have your exit plan. Because again, what makes the world fascinated at your results is not, again, results are good, but they are not just the results in themselves. They are actually also, when did you achieve them? When did you achieve them? So he's saying 27, I don't know. I mean, my media team did something very funny on my last birthday. They did a documentary for me, and then at the end of it, they put my age 25. I'm like, what's this? Who told you to cast me? But anyways, so, I mean, he's saying 26, 25, literally, all of this to just say that you don't have to be old before you do certain things. Most importantly, ensure that you are maximizing your youth. Because again, have you ever wondered why companies will say that, don't enter by the time you're above 27? Someone listening to me. So it means that if you stay too long in a company, you are not earning, you are not learning, you become wasted commodity. Nobody wants you anymore at a certain age. See, it might seem like a hard pill to swallow, but it's not the truth. Companies also want you when you are young. So while you are young, you need to ask yourself, be very strategic. Don't just stay there and say, oh, I want to move the company forward. Is it your father's company? Well, if it's your father's company, you can try. But again, is it your father's company? I mean, as much as possible. You need to understand. See, again, okay, I'm also a spiritual person, so I think I'll just say this. Except the Lord tells you to stay. But based on my understanding of, life and what I've come across, if a company doesn't help you to learn or earn as much as possible, get out of there and ensure that you maximize the years that you have now to the fullest. If not, you will look forward in the maybe nearest future, and at some point I wonder how did my time go? Or where did my time go to? So tap your neighbor for the last time and tell them, this time to smile and say, if your company, look at them, if your company is not helping you to learn or to earn, see, I love you so much. Even if you don't love them. I love you so much. But get out of there. See, just in case you didn't hear me before, say it again. Just in case you didn't hear me before. See, this is what I am saying. Get out of there now. See, I don't know what you are thinking about, though. But get out of there now. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much. Oh, that was good. Okay, so this question says, what do you do in a situation where you're a beginner in real estate and you find it very difficult to generate leads, especially when your circle and the people around you do not take you seriously because you just started?
Okay, very simple. Sales is a numbers thing. The more people that see you, the more sales you are likely to close. Number one, explore the low-hanging fruits. What is reachable? Do you have a smartphone? If yes, start creating content like you don't have any other thing you are doing in life. Tweets like no man's business. Be on everybody's tweets. Just videos. You are not the one that will be creating 1 video per day. At the point when I used to edit my videos myself, I post 3 times a day, 8 a.m., 12 p.m., 8 p.m. So you don't already have circle. Let me assume you don't have budget to run ads too. You are creating content like a foolish person. Go and benchmark yourself. If possible. Thank God, TikTok is even easier to create content now. Right? Just be jumping on every trending sound. Use one sound to create 20 things. Just make sure it's realistic caption. There's a sound that they'll just be that, there's currently a sound now. One condition. Is it for La and DJ Tunes or whatever it is? You can use that one. Just be putting realistic caption. Be dancing and be saying you don't have land, but you are joining the dance. You don't have land. Create 50 of that. Someone with DM. Right? What's it called? There's, I don't know what's the other sound. There's Oluwatosin. Use it to create content. Just explore. That one is only data it will cost you. You cannot be the one that does not have leads, and you're still creating one content a day. You are waiting till you have one backdrop. You have one, what's backdrop? What's camera? Right? Sit down, go on TikTok, just be creating. Guess what? If you can go live on certain platform, I know TikTok, you need 1,000 followers to go live. Don't buy followers. You are deceived, that's fake life. Because they won't buy. Don't buy followers. Just grow organically. I was closing sale with less than 1,000 followers. I'm telling you, it's not really about the big followership and things like that. Just make sure you are visible, right? Another thing you can do, that your WhatsApp, right? Start organizing small real estate training. Don't organize it on YouTube. Create a group, let them join, right? But target it towards investors. You can't be a beginner and be training another beginner. I see people doing that nonsense. You are starting realtor, you're also training realtors. I'm like, sure, okay. Train investors, but train investors that you have understanding of what they are doing or what you can offer them. For example, people that want to buy land. First-time land buyers. You cannot be looking for leads that are doing training once a month. No. Every Friday, you are doing a WhatsApp training on first-time land buyers. You are generating leads. You are generating leads to your WhatsApp. Make sure it's on WhatsApp. Even if you later happen to maybe host it on YouTube or whatever, make sure you put them in a group on WhatsApp or save your number, and then you send the link there for them to join. And even those videos you now did on YouTube, cut extracts from there. That's another content you are posting. Right? And that already is generating leads for you. If you are using LinkedIn also, write every day. I'm not telling you what I've not done. I used to write newsletter every 7 a.m. every day. This our new platform that we're launching now. If anybody's on the wait list, you've already gotten mails from me. I write the mails. Do we have people that write mails yet? But for this to the launching stage, I'm writing the mails myself. You can't be lazy. Oh. So you're writing LinkedIn also every day. And I taught you something in the morning about generate leads from LinkedIn. Personally, I think cold leads would frustrate you. That's why I'm going the route of you hosting trainings. Because trainings means you're already turning them into warm leads. Then if you're also writing on your LinkedIn also, it means that anybody that is commenting already has interest in what you're saying. You get that now? And then make sure there's a call to action in everything you are doing. So you can't be creating videos like 20 a day. You are writing LinkedIn content 3 times a day. You are hosting classes on WhatsApp Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every single week. You can't tell me you will make a sale in 30 days. There's no other grammar I want to tell you. That's it.
Thank you so much. This has been an amazing time. Can we give our guests a round of applause as they go back to their seats? Thank you so